Is it possible that two teams can sometimes become each other's destiny? The Flyers and Bruins sure seem that way the last two springs. In 2010, the Bruins seized a 3-0 second-round series stranglehold over the Flyers. Then came Game 4, an overtime Flyers win that sparked a comeback for the ages and memories of a lifetime for Flyers followers. A new year and some different characters have been added to the script. But the plot has taken the same course as 1 year ago. The Bruins have surged to another seemingly insurmountable series advantage. All that's unknown is the ending in a Flyers club that has made its identity on playing best when all seems lost, possibly conjure up another miracle. Step one would be a Game 4 victory tonight. Flyers, Bruins next.
All set for Game 4 of this Eastern Conference semifinal series between the Flyers and Bruins from the TD Garden. And a pleasant good evening. Welcome to Flyers Playoff Hockey here on Comcast Sportsnet. Along with Bill Clement, I'm Jim Jackson. Steve Coates will join us in just a moment. Bill, talking about the Flyers are right back where they were last year, down 0-3 to series with the Bruins. They faced a lot of adversity last year. They're facing a lot of adversity once again this year.
Yeah, and being down 3-0 in a series, JJ, is when you really have to begin living the cliches that you've been using for the previous 48 hours. That's what the Flyers have to do. Really, what is necessary to win in a situation like this is to pretend there is no future, forget there was a past, live in the moment, stay in the present.
The numbers can be daunting, no doubt about it, but the Flyers do have last year to look back to, and also the fact that they have been a very good team when facing elimination here in recent years. And they will go with the rookie goaltender tonight. The Flyers have already tied an NHL record for the most in-game goaltender changes in one playoff year. They have 7. They don't want to make it 8 here tonight.
No, Sergei Bobrovsky will be in goal, and it seems like a long time ago that he surprised the hockey world by being the Flyers starter in Game 1 of the regular season when the Flyers opened up in Pittsburgh. Well, here he is now in Game 4, being handed the responsibility of keeping the Flyers season alive. How much pressure will he be under? I don't think nearly as much as he was under when he started the playoffs in round 1 against the Buffalo Sabres. The Flyers are down 3-0 and facing elimination. There's less pressure on him now.
You know, there are certain players you look to be catalysts for good things, and Claude Giroux and Mike Richards are two of those they need here to come up big.
And boy, will the Flyers need them. Claude Giroux leads all players in the NHL playoffs in assists, and Mike Richards has gotten it done so many times in the short career that he's had as a Flyer. Now that he's the captain, I think it's important for Mike Richards in this game, first of all, to make sure nobody quits no matter what the score is, no matter how much adversity the Flyers face. The other thing is, while he is threatened, I think Mike Richards will have to score in this game. For Claude Giroux, we know how brilliant he is. If he's got his dancing shoes on, the Bruins may be in trouble. The one thing Giroux has to guard against, I believe, is thinking that he's got to do it himself. There are 18 total skaters in this game. Giroux does not have to do it by himself, but if he's his brilliant self, it'll sure help.
Well, the Flyers do have to find a way to solve Tim Thomas in this game, and Coach, they have a couple of gunners taking aim here tonight.
Well, Jimmy, the one gunner is hotter than a firecracker. We're talking about James Van Riemsdyk. The other gunner, boy, they'd love to be able to get him going, and that's Jeff Carter, who was the leading goal scorer for the Flyers during the regular season. Let's take a look. As you can see, JVR, I said he was hotter than a firecracker. Well, how about this? 7 goals. He's tied for the lead in the National Hockey League right now, along with Bergenheim and Danny Briere, his teammate. And when you talk about JVR, you're talking about a guy that's got more shots than anybody in the playoffs. 65 shots on net. And he has been just super from the blue line in from both sides, left side, right side, and unbelievable in around the net. using that big body. For Jeff Carter, do you think he wants to play? Take a look at the ice time. Nobody expected to play in Game 3, but he played 16 minutes and 41 seconds. And boy, you'd love to be able to see those kind of moves from Jeff Carter, just to be able to get a piece of that 36 goals that he had during the regular season. The bottom line is that the Philadelphia Flyers need the offense of Jeff Carter to be successful.
They certainly do, Coach. They need their clutch players to perform well. And I'll tell you what, they don't get much more clutch than Danny Briere.
No, and Peter Laviolette is making kind of a lineup change in this. Not necessarily guys coming in and out of the lineup as much as Danny Briere moving to the right side with Claude Giroux and James Van Riemsdyk. Peter Laviolette facing elimination, I believe, has left no option but to put the guys that are hot, the guys that are playing well together, and let them try to generate offense. Don't do it with balance. Get top heavy, and that's why Danny Briere is going to be playing the right side with Claude Giroux.
Flyers have used up all their margin for error. They win or their season is done. The Bruins look for redemption and advance.
Stanley Cup playoff coverage on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by the Philadelphia Tri-State Cadillac Dealers. By Bud Light, the sure sign of a good time. Here we go. By Wells Fargo, when you're considering buying your first home, Wells Fargo is with you. Wells Fargo, together we go far. And by your local Tri-State Toyota dealers. Go Flyers, go Toyota. Moving forward. The fans in Boston have waited a year for this very scenario. The Bruins on home ice with a chance to exercise the demons of last year. The atmosphere is positively euphoric. Will the Flyers spoil their expected party? We'll find out as the puck is dropped on Game 4 after these messages. Tonight's Flyers-Bruins Game 4 on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by Hyundai. It's time to join the movement. And by Xfinity, only from Comcast. Xfinity is the official HD triple play provider of the Philadelphia Flyers. Call 1-800-XFINITY to learn more. The TD Garden is absolutely rocking. The question, of course, will there be a Game 5 in Philadelphia on Sunday afternoon, or will the Flyers season end here tonight?
We'll check out our Kia starting goaltenders. The Boston Bruins certainly aren't going to make any changes. Tim Thomas is their man, but Sergei Bobrovsky makes his first playoff start since Game 2 of the Buffalo Sabres series that the Flyers won in 7.
He's been able to get in relief multiple times in this series and has played well in relief. Thomas has been flat out scary in this series, especially late. He stopped 83 of the last 84 shots fired his way. Timo Timonen, a veteran who has admitted he only has so many kicks in the can left. He will treat this game as if it would be his last. You would expect most of the Flyers to do the same. Underway, the Bruins in their home dark jerseys, road whites for the Flyers. As the Bruins will dump the puck in. It's played by Timonen. You go across to Braden Coburn. You get a look at the restructured Flyer line combinations at the top of your screen. And Coburn turns the puck over to Recchi in front. Bergeron could not ram it home. Immediate turnover by the Flyers, but the Bruins unable to cash it in. Carter back the other way. His shot is blocked off by Andrew Ferentz. And the angle shot, the save, Thomas had a little trouble controlling it. Giroux surges to the rebound. And the Bruins to him, but he continues to control. He's hooked, but no penalty. And the Bruins will move back the other way. And as Brad Marchand got it ahead to Bergeron, he'll clear into the Philadelphia zone. Bruin combinations, no changes there. Claude Julien very happy with the way his team played the other night. Here's Danny Briere with a shot. It's blocked. Second try goes wide. Julien said it was one of the best performances of the entire season for the Bruins. Their 5-1 victory in Game 3.
But at this stage of a series, trailing 3-0, the Flyers need some help from the Boston Bruins in the form of not bringing their A game. If that happens, then that window of opportunity opens for the Flyers to get back in the series.
And Riemsdyk gets the puck behind the net to Giroux. Giroux holding on to the puck. And back out. Carl across. Now Mazar's shot redirected wide by Van Riemsdyk. Watches back out to Giroux. Now Briere trying to set her, but that one cut off and cleared out by Horton. He one-hands it down the ice. No icing the call, and so the Flyers will have to play. Andre Mazaros will drop it back and head off on a change as Timo Timonen picks up the disc. Timonen for Coburn. Coburn flipping it along for Scott Hartnell. He could not move it any further. Chris Kelly, the former Ottawa Senator, goes the other way with it. His shot gloved by Bobrovsky, and laying right onto it, and then getting in his face was Michael Ryder.
Now, Peter Laviolette was confident that his guys are going to bring their A game. I mean, he believes in his players. I believe in what Al said back in the studio as well as talk. And Al said, look, stay level, no horrible start. I think that is key for the Flyers as you take a look at tonight's scratches. And Rick Tocchet back in the studio said the Flyers have to be good defensively. I truly believe that that's what the Flyers have to focus on entirely in the early going of this game. The goals will come if you're going to win a hockey game sooner or later, but you have to be really good defensively first.
On those virtuous scratches, you may have noticed the name Nikolai Zherdev. He is out for the Flyers as Jody Shelley takes his spot in the lineup, and then the changes up front that we mentioned in the open. Off of that is the Bruins in center, and Leno after the puck as well. Finally, it's in the Boston zone. They say onside. Hartnell checked by Thomas Coverland. Across it goes now to Kelly. Moving ahead to Michael Ryder. Ryder checked by Leno. Got the puck ahead to Peverley, though. Rich Peverley across to Johnny Boychuk. Boychuk trying to center, and it went to the side of the net before Mazaros and Kelly jabbed it wide. Darryl Powell heads back the other way. Powell out with Hartnell and Leno, and Powell lost the puck right at the red line. Here's Kelly. Drop past Ryder. Kelly is dumped. Ryder carries on. His shot deflected. Stays in play high off the glass. To the corner, Ryder. Michael Ryder dumped by Powell. Crowd wants a penalty. They won't get it. Gregory Campbell to the puck. Back around behind. Powell will step in. Puts it to O'Donnell. O'Donnell will shield the puck. Look for Hartnell, who swings the puck out to Braden Coburn, and the Flyers will finally move out. Leno chipping it back ahead for Coburn, who catches up to it. Fires. Save Thomas. Great speed of Coburn, but Thomas again with an answer. Now it's Jody Shelley to the puck. His stick is broken. Penalty. A slash against Jody Shelley. Now Shelley is shoved. Flyers about to get a power play here. Jody then shoved Shane Knighty.
Well, Shane Knighty's the one that's going to get the penalty. He knocked the stick right out, broke the stick as they went into the corner, and now Jody Shelley having a little talk with Tim Thomas.
And Jody will head off to the bench, and Flyers should get that power play.
Watch the pressure here the Bruins put on Ville Leno. 3 guys on him. He just flipped it forward, and Braden Coburn was able to generate a scoring chance. But the Bruins real aggressive as usual in the neutral zone.
Well, after that good opportunity by Coburn, you're going to see them go into the corner. Now, Shane Knighty's a tough player, and that's why Jody Shelley's probably back in the lineup, because he's a tough player also. So that stick gets broken, and Shelley wasn't too happy about it, but a great opportunity for the Flyers here to get off to a real good start with a power play.
No offense to Jody, he should be elated.
Oh, he did a job well done.
Yeah, just drew a penalty, and the Flyers with a chance to get the first goal. It's always important, but I think here tonight, Bill, it is vitally important for the Flyers.
Without question. You can imagine that the Flyers being down 3-0 are in no mood to try to handle a big dose of trauma or adversity early. They want something to build on that would come in the form of getting the first goal.
So they go to the man advantage, 2 for 11 in the series. On the power play is Giroux firing one, and it snuck through Thomas but went wide. He got a piece of it. It was deflected perhaps as well by Van Riemsdyk, but it went on wide. Those are the overall playoff numbers. Flyers 12th at 7 for 46. They move the puck in. Timonen into the slot, off Giroux, back out Richards, back across ice. Giroux couldn't play it off the wall. Timonen jabbing for it. Check, lost it, and moving back with it is Kelly. Kelly with a wrist shot, and a save by Bobrovsky. Got just enough of it, possibly with the shaft of his stick, but he made the save. That's all that matters, and now it's Timonen. Timo deliberately to center ice. Gains the red line and then blasts it in. Flyers will try to pursue and get to it. Boychuk is checked, but back up the wall. Timonen could not. come up with it. It's Mazzaros. 52 seconds remaining on the power play. Mazzaros will carry it back around behind his net. He's harassed by Campbell. Now it's Leno. Billy Leno one-handing to Carter. Carter with speed. Cuts on in, but he's checked by Ferentz. Now Boychuk will try to clear. Carl whiffed. Trying to keep it in with a skate. Could not. Mazzaros hustling back. Daniel Paille charging it in. With a good check, the puck squirts free. Carl pushes it along, but right there is Chara for a shot. Deflected, never got to the net. Mazzaros knocked it away, and now Carl ahead. Leno gathers. Billy Leno to Carter up the right wing. His shot into the chest. Juggling save. Thomas. And Leno went hard to the net. There was contact with Thomas. The stick went flying. I don't believe a penalty was called.
No, Steve Kozar is right there. He's not going to be able to call any penalties here. He just waved it off completely, right off the get-go.
Billy Leno with a good decision here because Tim Thomas had bobbled the puck, and before he had squeezed it on, Billy Leno was just doing what he has to do, go to the net. And I will say this, that's one of the most aggressive penalty kills I've seen in a long time for any team. The Bruins were hunters physically, even though they were down a man on the last penalty kill. So the Bruins are going, they've really got their killer instinct, trying to at least get it on display here early in this game, and the Flyers have weathered the storm.
Yeah, killer instinct even while shorthanded.
Ryan Paille has been a heck of a player. That whole fourth line for the Boston Bruins have been absolute horses in the first 3 games.
Power play over back to full strength hockey as Coburn drills it in. Richards hammered by Seidenberg. Flyers get the puck. Coburn shot save, rebound, rattles around. Where is it? Thomas evidently has it underneath it. He's like a magnet with a puck. Perhaps the post helped him out here as well, but it stayed out.
Now Thomas is going to get a little help here. Now watch. Big scramble in front. Watch the puck. As it'll come right to this. Now the backhand right there. Right off the pipe. As Thomas was way out of his crease area. You got to have a little luck sometimes, right, Billy?
Yeah, you'll take all the luck you can get if you're Tim Thomas, because he is out of the paint and out of the crease very often. That was Dan Carcillo's shot that had so much magic on it, except for the post being in the way. He shot it between his legs with his back to the net.
Flyers that close to the first goal. Van Riemsdyk fires one. Ends up in the glass. And now Zdeno Chara for the right wing feed to David Krejci. Krejci 8 points in the series. In the middle, Lucic could not get a shot up. He was hooked by Van Riemsdyk. Delayed penalty. Extra attacker on. Here's Chara with a shot. Bobrovsky accepts that one into the midsection. And no further play. And now Boston will get a power play.
Some chopping going on after the whistle between Van Riemsdyk and Lucic, and it was Lucic that drew the penalty. At the top right of your screen is when James Van Riemsdyk realized that he had to try to close on Milan Lucic, but he reached at him from behind. Well, it wasn't much, but when your stick ends up parallel to the ice and in a guy's hands or waist, they almost always call it.
And so the much maligned Boston power play will go to work. They finally got off the schneid and scored a power play goal in game 2, but it was a 2-man advantage goal. They still haven't had a 5-on-4 goal in the entire playoffs.
We'll see if the genie is out of the bottle or if it's still struggling.
Exactly. So the battle on here. The Flyers get to the puck. Coburn will backhand it all the way now. Boston 1 for 11 in the series, 1 for 32 in the playoffs. With a man advantage. 3.1%. See, they got themselves out of the basement. One team without a power play goal in these playoffs back in the first round. So now they're 15 instead of 60. Thanks to that one goal on the power play in game 3. That'll all be forgotten if they tally right here. Flyers though steal, and Coburn could not clear. Seidenberg keeps it in across Chara, one-timer. Save made by Bobrovsky. Now a loose stick on the ice, but the Flyers get to the puck, and it's Powell moving it to center, and Powell will just dump it in. 1:05 in the power play. Seidenberg starts up. Left wing feed for Lucic. He's checked by Mazzaros, but carrying on is Krejci. Back along the boards, hustling to keep it in his Coberle. For Krejci, and now Lucic. The shot high and wide. Bounces off the stanchion out to the circle, and now is played back along. Redirected by Lucic, but high up over the net. Played by Krejci to Horton in the slot. Checked at the last moment by Richards, and the Flyers move the other way with it. Giroux will backhand in. That may have been a goal-saving play by Richards.
No question. Mike Richards always underrated play defensively when he gets down into the trenches, and that was an example of it.
Krejci again to Lucic. They're looking for his first goal of these playoffs, but he has been a force. Here is Boychuk. His shot blocked off by Betts. Krejci along for Horton. Horton escapes the wall, holds on, then to Krejci in front, looking for the Lucic or Horton. They were both checked. Back out it goes Carbolet across. Big shot Boychuk, and he didn't go, but it went wide. Broke his stick. Carbolet gets it back out. Horton let it in front now. Lucic looking for it, could not hammer it home. Krejci has it again. Flyers back to full strength. The angle shot by Krejci, handled by Bobrovsky. He covers. The pushing and shoving begins. We step aside. No score.
Well, Zdeno Chara shoots the puck so hard, sometimes you can't even get out of the way. There is Exhibit A, Kimmo Timonen on that Bruins power play. Kimmo Timonen deflected it, and it was a chunk of brilliance that Bobrovsky put together to make the save on Timonen.
Now watch the play here by Mike Richards. You got to be able to cover that slot area. The box and a penalty kill expands and it contracts. There's the contraction right there. Mike Richards coming from the top down low to make a great defensive play.
Nathan Horton, who has been lethal in these playoffs, 5 goals overall. He has a couple overtime goals, some big goals in this series as well. Still scoreless, 8 minutes into the first period. Glad you could join us on Comcast Sportsnet for the Flyers and Bruins from TD Garden. The Flyers move up here. Briere with his new line mates ahead to Van Riemsdyk. Van Riemsdyk to the angle all the way around behind the net, out the other side, holding, and then drops it off for Giroux. Giroux turns it back along for Briere. Seidenberg steps in. The puck bounces free. Chara is there. And he's able to clear. That was another great play by Dennis Seidenberg, who has had an unbelievable series. +9 in 3 games. Playing a ton of minutes with Chara. And a big part of the Boston effort getting this 3-game lead.
And remember, he was out last year. He was one of the players that was not part because of injury.
Yeah, a lot of the key players in this series for the Bruins have been guys that were not part of the collapse last year for Boston. One of them right here, Marchand, but he's checked. Got it back to Boychuk for a shot that deflects. Save Bobrovsky. Another ticklish shot because Bobrovsky had to deal with a deflection, but he made the save and covered up. How about these numbers? These guys, they did not play in games 4, 5, 6, and 7 last year. Thomas was a backup goalie. Krejci was injured. Marchand was a scratch. Horton was in Florida. And they have certainly made their presence felt this time around, haven't they?
No, it's a different hockey team without a doubt.
We add Seidenberg to that list as well.
Sure.
We should say that Horton wasn't in Florida on vacation.
No.
He was playing for the Florida Panthers.
Some that would argue that, Coachy. Some games he played like he was on vacation. That's been the knock on him, right? He hasn't had the consistent effort every game.
This is his first foray into the playoffs. Both he and Gregory Campbell never got to taste the postseason in Florida. They both played well. Recchi is stopped. Here's Christopher Stieg flinging into the Boston zone as he gets hit by Marchand, who had 7 hits in Game 3 the other night. And many of them big hits that knocked Flyers down. And Versteeg just got him back. And we're going to have penalties here. Seems as though both players are being sent to the box. Marchand isn't aware of it as yet.
Well, he's trying to ignore it.
Well, Peter Laviolette's standing on the bench. That means he's mad. So obviously he's mad about the hit by Marchand and obviously the penalty to Versteeg because he was up on that bench.
Marchand got the first lick in, and that was from behind after Chris Versteeg had dumped it in. It looked like Chris Versteeg said, okay, if you're not going to call the first one, we'll go ahead and call, I'll get you back.
And Marchand clearly accentuating that one as he threw the legs up in the air and tried to do his best to draw a penalty. And he did. He did draw a penalty on Versteeg, but he also got one himself.
Yeah, but I think that's the refs trying to make sure that this doesn't even come close to being a powder keg. So even for both teams. I'm all right with that. And Brad Marchand is a double-edged sword for the Bruins. He admittedly said he was running around trying to kill guys out of control and angry in Game 3. That can get you into penalty trouble if you don't really override it.
Right here it leads to 4-on-4 hockey as both Versteeg and Marchand are sitting. Even had that one out of the reach of Briere. Chara for Krejci. That one deflects, stays out of the Philadelphia bench. Teaming will jab it to Coburn across for Leno. Billy Leno trying to puck handle at the Boston line. And he got as far as the hash marks before Seidberg stopped him, and Krejci goes the other way. David Krejci had just 1 point in the first round, 8 points in the first 3 games of round 2. Moves on in. His shot blocked aside by Mazzaros. And then knocks Krejci down as well. Kelly gets the puck back out to Boychuk. Boychuk back along to Chris Kelly. Holding on and then finding Krejci. To Kelly for the shot. Out high. That one misses everything except the glass. Boychuk. Worked on by Carl. Sit back around behind the net. Mazzaros steps into Kelly. Separates him from the puck and then moves it ahead to James Van Riemsdyk, who turns on the Jets. Van Riemsdyk to the backhand, and that one probably going wide. Gloved by Thomas anyway. Just past the midpoint of period number 1. No score.
Scoreless here in Boston in Game 4, and don't forget you can secure your seat for next season with a full or partial ticket package, and Flyers season ticket holders exclusive benefits and tickets as low as $42 a game. 215-218-PUCK, or just visit PhiladelphiaFlyers.com.
And tonight's Dodge trivia question of the game: what is the Flyers record for most shots in a game in playoff history? Your choices: 65, 70, or 75. Flyers had 54 in Game 2 of this series. Unfortunately for the Flyers, 52 of them were stopped by that guy wearing the mask.
There's an asterisk. The asterisk says, see Tim Thomas.
Yeah, Tim Thomas, who you see him in street clothes, you say, he can't be a professional athlete. A little girth. Not necessarily a guy that just jumps out at you. There's a shot by Ferris. That's blocked aside in front and then cleared. Nice play there by Carl. Got it out of the zone, but puts that equipment on, Bill, and he looks like Superman.
He plays like it sometimes. And one of the things the Flyers want to do, and what they tried to do against Ryan Miller, is if they can get people in position, make sure that the screen is right against the crease so he can't come out.
Aberle for Daniel Paille, who picked up his first ever playoff goal the other night. Got it to Campbell, who tried to wrap it around. Hitting it against the post is Bobrovsky. They're going to call it cross-checking. Dan Carcillo's got to watch it here because he's already got 2, and he could get an extra 2 or more if he keeps yapping at the official. But the Bruins will go back to the power play.
Calling it a cross-check. And he knew the Bruins were going to try to test Sergei Bobrovsky with little wraparounds and stuff like that. Dan Carcillo came with a shot to the back of Gregory Campbell, and that was called a cross-check.
Wow.
I think Campbell was going down anyway, and it looked like Carcillo tried to let up on him.
You know, this is an elimination game, and we've seen throughout the playoffs, Bill, they're calling things pretty tight. A lot of coaches and players aren't really liking it.
No, well, if you're going to let that hit from behind that Marchand had on Versteeg.
Once you start calling a penalty like that, you're going to have to start calling it both ways, and then you end up with a lot of trips to the penalty box. Not as much rhythm, but we'll see how it goes here for Steve Kazari and Stephen Walkom. Right now, it's Boston power play number 2, and that shot by Carly drifted wide. Even in will let Powell play it, and Powell clears. Aberle, the former Maple Leaf, back to get to it. Scored an overtime game winner for the Toronto Maple Leafs against the Flyers. And the puck to Boychuk, who got it in, but there's team in it, but he played it around right to Krejci. Krejci trying to get it back to the point. In comes Carberle, jabbing it back to Krejci. Krejci side of the net, in front it goes, and Lucci wins it all. Tic-tac-toe, the power play. Allies for the Bruins, it's 1-0. Milan Lucic's first goal of these playoffs, and he snaps a 21-game goal or start going back into the regular season.
The Flyers got real aggressive. Look at Braden Coburn, top of the screen. He got caught out of position, which left Timo Timonen with a 2-on-1 situation down low. There was no chance for the forward to rotate around, but a little too aggressive on the PK, and David Krejci and Nathan Horton and Milan Lucic have made the Flyers pay.
position. He was actually in the middle of the net. Then he skated away from the traffic, got away from Timonen, giving him that much more space between Bobrovsky and that pipe.
The Bruins have their first 5-on-4 goal of the playoffs, and it gives them the all-important first goal of this game 4. Milan Lucic. The Flyers have cleared the play up. Van Riemsdyk hit by Marchand, and he was not near the puck. Marchand gets away with a lot, I got to tell you. He's got the puck again, centers it. That one goes back out through center ice. One off of Bergeron into the Philadelphia zone. Bobrovsky will play it back to Versteeg. Now it's Carl back to Versteeg. He gives to Richards. Richards checked by Kelly, and then it's backhanded by Carter. He is stopped, though, by Boychuk. And now it's the Bruins moving up with it. Ryder slams on the brakes, sends it toward the net. The hit escape bounces away. Back to Andrew Ference, the defenseman who's in deep. Forward Ryder is shifted back for the Bruins. Richards coughs up the puck. It's Ference. The wrister. That goes wide of everything to the corner. Good work there by Versteeg to get it out of the zone. Race for the puck. Richards and Ference. Ference one-handing it off the glass and out to center. And then Peverley getting it to Ryder. 2-on-1 with Kelly. Ryder with the puck. The shot. High and wide. Carter looking to go the other way. Throws it across ice, but no one home for Philadelphia. Seidenberg in to Kelly. And he cut to the middle, and Carl would deny that opportunity.
Without a doubt, the main part of the Bruins scouting report on Sergei Bobrovsky had to do with the upper part of the net, because every Bruin that has had time to collect himself and look at a spot to shoot at has tried to go high on him.
Horton and Krejci got the assist, by the way, on that goal by Lucic at 12:02. Less than 6 minutes to play in this first period. Flyers trying to weather a second storm now. They had the storm at the beginning of the game. Now the storm after the first goal. Big hit by Sean Thornton on Coburn. As the Bruins now picking up that physical intensity. They had this in the first period the other night. They were hitting everything that moved in a white jersey. Seidenberg got up by Leno. Chara there to get the puck to Gregory Campbell. Campbell the right wing dish for Paille. Paille trying to get around. Carl could not. Now Sevret lost the puck. Here's Campbell. Checked. Rear knocked it away. Leno one hands it to Carl. And Carl will shuffle it into the Boston zone and chase with Ference. Boychuk checked by Van Riemsdyk, but got the puck to Lucic. Lucic now in the middle for Krejci with speed in across the Philadelphia line. Krejci finds the trailer. Boychuk. Boychuk the shot wide. Missed it by a good margin, and out to center it goes. 10-5 the shots in favor of Boston. There's a knockdown at Cabaret. It's a penalty. Flyers disciplined, leaving a lot to be desired here in period number 1. Boston will get a third power play opportunity when we return, and they have the lead courtesy their big man Milan Lucic. 1-0 lead. Email, text, Twitter, Facebook 24/7. Go to csnphilly.com for breaking news, player interviews, exclusive videos from our team of insiders. Just text alerts to 53695 or sign up for alerts at csnphilly.com.
Well, Caberlet was a pretty good pickup, but right here you see Milano. Actually, old Giroux that gets the stick right up into the neutral zone. And Jimmy, you said it best. Lack of discipline costing the Flyers right now.
Well, the Bruins power play, of course, has not been that dangerous in these playoffs, but taking these penalties, you end up killing penalties. The power play has struck, and it's taxing, and you can't get into any kind of rhythm.
Well, this is such a key 2 minutes in the Flyers season. If it weren't a situation that had them down 3-0 and down 1-0 here in game 4, I'd say it's just another penalty kill, and there's a lot of time left. I don't believe that right now. This is an incredibly important kill for the Flyers.
Blair Betts out with Darryl Powell as they have been a tandem on the penalty kill all year. Krejci against Powell in this draw to the right of Sergei Bobrovsky. And they're going to toss Powell out. Now Betts will step in. Betts has had a tough series of face-offs. Bruins absolutely dominated the Flyers on draws in game 3. Domination that hadn't been seen in over 10 years in the NHL in a playoff game. There's a big blast. Save Bobrovsky off of Horton. Mark that save down. That shot had a lot on it, and there was some traffic around. Lucic out to Boychuk, who falls down. Still got the puck to Carbolet. And now Krejci back out. Boychuk winds, fires, blocked by a sliding Betts. And now we'll try to clear. Boychuk kept it in. Timonen was there to bank it all the way down the ice.
That's sacrificing. Blair Betts wanting to do anything he could to keep the shot from getting to Bobrovsky, and he got it with the lower part of his leg.
Carbolet starts back up from the red line, blasts it in. Lazaros. And that one hit a stanchion. Carbolet is able to gather at the point. Bounces it side of the net, steered wide by Peverley. He found himself wide open. Jab forward. Recchi got his glove on it. O'Donnell. He tangle up. The puck off of Richards, and they'll slide onto the neutral zone. 40 seconds on the power play. Chara with the puck. For Seidenberg. And that looked to be offside, and a delayed call, but the linesman is beginning to fall into the Philadelphia bench, so they had a little trouble blowing it down, but the offside call eventually made.
Give us a chance to let everybody know that a Wells Fargo Center single event suite, perfect for your next special occasion. Friends, family, co-workers, doesn't matter. Your group will have great food options, wait service, private restrooms. 215-389-9500.
25 seconds remain on the penalty to Giroux. The Flyers clear again, and Chara will play it there. 3-point game in game 3 for Big Z, as they call him. He was able to unload that big shot of his more than one occasion. Good luck getting in the way of that. Timonen able to clear it out of the zone. Seidenberg ahead. Recchi to Peverley. Power play is over. So the Flyers dodge a huge bullet. They stay within one. Reese Bergeron got it back to Recchi, and now it's Peverley. Peverley, a wrist shot. Stopped by Bobrovsky again. Traffic in front may have changed direction. He's able to cover, and he keeps shooting high on Bob.
Yeah, given the opportunity to tee it up, that's what the Bruins had in mind for Sergei Bobrovsky. Chris Kelly, one of the early shots, even from the point. When Chara has a chance, he tees it up high. Nathan Horton. Rich Peverley going up high, but having it deflected down low on Bobrovsky. But clearly the scouting report is in place for the Bruins. Try to go high on Bobrovsky.
Gets down that butterfly. Those areas up in the top two corners become very vulnerable.
It is ironic. There's been at least 3 shots that I can count that have been deflected down low after they attempted to get the puck up high. Carl trying to keep the puck in at the Boston line. Could not. And Riemsdyk back to play it. 2.5 remaining in the first period.
I think sometimes you can take a scouting report too far.
Here's Van Riemsdyk dropping it for Briere. Briere, the shot. It goes wide. Marchand will send Kelly the other way. Kelly drop pass. Marchand wrist shot. Save Bobrovsky. I think that might have changed direction on the way in. Not a lot of clean shots in on Bob in this one. Turnover by Van Riemsdyk. Marchand cutting back in. Swerves. Fires wide. He tried to get Bobrovsky leaning and did get him leaning, but he misfired. Coburn across ice. Briere tried to clear that one, and it goes off of Bruin and out of play.
So often this time of year, games are won based on mistakes that other people make, not necessarily on fantastic plays. James Van Riemsdyk trying to make it happen in the neutral zone, which is really hard against the Boston Bruins because they always have people there. He was trying to find Claude Giroux, but true to Bruins form, Michael Ryder was right in the middle of the ice cutting that off. So I don't think it's as much about the beautiful plays or the great plays this time of year as it is about the mistakes. The Flyers just have to keep working away at minimizing mistakes, especially in the neutral zone against the Bruins.
It's been a while since the Flyers have had a shot on goal. They've been stuck at 5. Bruins have 13. I just want to try to spend into the last couple minutes here. This period in the Boston zone. Versteeg looking for the puck. Seidenberg checked. Versteeg diligent. Richards piles into it, but right there is Krejci to get to Chara. Now ahead, Lucic check. Flyers turn it over. They get the puck. Here's Carter with a shot, but it was muted by Chara. Went wide. Side of the net. They scramble. Carter went tumbling into the boards. The puck taken by Chara, and he is stopped again. But on the second try ahead, Lucic trying to clear. Finally, it does make its way out. Horton tied up by Coburn just enough. Crowd wanted a penalty, and they do not get it this time. Richards for Coburn could not hang on. Timonen has it back. He'll flutter one as he takes the hit from Lucic and lands right in front of Hartnell. Hartnell's had a quiet series. He's taken into the boards by Bergeron. The puck out to the neutral zone. Hartnell has it back, and he'll spin it deep into the Boston zone.
As aggressive as the Bruins are, especially in their defensive zone, the Flyers have to make sure they support. The Bruins outnumber just about everybody every time.
Briere centering for Carl, went off his stick, never got on goal. Flyers have caused a couple of turnovers by the Bruins in their own zone here late in period number 1. Now Marchand the other way. Lazar's got a piece of it. Marchand carries on. His pass across behind Recchi. Flyers will get to that with 22 seconds remaining in the period. Briere carrying on through the checking of Marchand. Here's Briere toward the slot, holds on. His pass blocked, goes back to him, shot! And that hit something and bounced away. I don't think it got through to Thomas. And now Chara taking swings, many of them, at Claude Giroux. Or make that Scott Hartnell. It's Scott Hartnell. And now we've got Coburn and Chara. As Big Z has blown his top right here. And that's a big top.
Sure is, but Scott Hartnell, a valiant effort and a dangerous one by Hartnell, hanging in there with him and trying to get him engaged and involved. And Chara looked like he took the bait and threw a couple of straight right punches. The penalties handed out here are going to be really interesting. This was a Danny Briere shot that I think might have even hit Scott Hartnell, but that was the screen I was talking about, getting close enough to Thomas so that he can't come out. Here's where Chara threw a left and then a right, a left and another right. He nailed Hartnell with at least the first one.
Well, we'll wait the penalty calls here with 7.3 seconds remaining in the period. Chara sitting in the box. I don't see anybody for the Flyers in the box.
And the door isn't even open.
They may have sent Hartnell right up to the locker room with only 7.3 seconds on the clock. It's been physical, Bill, not surprisingly.
No, I mean, the Bruins actually came out and I thought in a lot of ways tried to be the hunters again, but the Flyers are far better prepared to play this game than they were in Game 3, or for that matter than they were in Game 1. They didn't want to go quietly if they weren't going to get this game done, but they felt that one of the keys to succeeding was being hunters themselves, and I think Peter Laviolette has to be happy with the physical commitment that his guys have shown here in the first period.
17 hits. Flyers one more than the Bruins. Flyers actually, according to the guys who chart them, out-hit the Bruins in Game 3, but the visual evidence didn't seem to support that, and I guess you could say that the Bruins had the bigger hits.
Not yet.
Mark Recchi is not happy with his call. We still haven't gotten word what that call is.
The angry hits and the highlight reel hits in Game 3 belong to the Bruins, and this is clearly is bad news for the Bruins, which, when we hear it, has to be good news for the Flyers.
Here we go. Hartnell gets 2 for
Boston
roughing.
penalties. Number 33 is Zdeno Chara. Double minor, 4 minutes roughing.
For roughing on Chara. That doesn't seem all that outlandish.
Mark Recchi's a pretty active defense attorney if he was arguing 2 minutes, you know, that loudly. Yeah, right.
So Rex goes over in a huff to the Boston bench. The Flyers will get a power play out of this. Thornton will serve the other minor. Faceoff is going to go out to center. Apparently the Flyer defenseman did move into that scrum, and I think I did see Braden Coburn down there. So
all the way in the corner.
Yeah, so they lose the chance for an offensive zone draw here with 7 seconds remaining in the period. Seidenberg will bank the puck down the ice. It'll roll and skip and bounce all the way to the Philadelphia zone. And that's how period number 1 comes to an end. Flyers will have a clean sheet of ice to work with a power play. 1:53 remaining on it to start period number 2. A power play goal by that guy, the only goal of period number 1. Milan Lucic giving Boston the 1-0 lead through 20 minutes. Tonight's Flyers Bruins first stanza was brought to you by your Quality Plus Ford stores. By Pepsi Max. Maximum taste, maximum energy, 0 calories, and by Kia Motors. Kia, the power to surprise. Mike Richards talking things over with the linesman, Ryan Murphy. We go down to Steve Coates as he talks with veteran defenseman And always the voice of reason, Steve Coach Sean O'Donnell.
He is always the voice of reason, and that's why I'm going to ask him, what do you guys got to do to be able to slow this forecheck down to the Boston Bruins?
Well, I think we had a couple turnovers there in the neutral zone. That seemed to be give them a couple chances here. We'll see if we can get one in the power play here and get right back in it.
You know, in a game like this, you know the Bruins were going to come out really strong, and they did. Were you guys happy the way that first 10 minutes went?
Well, I think we're happy the way the first 10 went. The last 10, we were kind of on our heels. They were in our end. You know they want to end this tonight. They don't want this to go to game 5 or 6 and people start talking and bring up last year. So they're coming into tonight. I thought we had a good first couple minutes, but then some turnovers in the neutral zone kind of got us on our heels.
Thanks very much, Sean.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Jimmy, back up to you, my friend.
All right, Sean O'Donnell, veteran of over 100 playoff games. Michael Barkan and the gang will have their analysis of period number 1 as our coverage of Flyers playoff hockey on Comcast Sportsnet continues after this. This portion of Flyers hockey on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by Chevrolet and your local Chevy dealers.
1-0 Boston after 1 on the strength of a Lucic power play goal, and the Boston Bruins had not scored on a 5-on-4 in the playoffs at all. So we welcome you to our studio in Philadelphia. They get their first 5-on-4 power play goal. We talk about not awaking the sleeping Bruin, the sleeping bear. I don't know if they did that tonight, but just your sense, first off, Ian, on the way this first period went.
Well, I think it was a better period overall. You know, that power play goal, not much Bob could have done. I think Bob was really quiet in his net, meaning that he wasn't panicking. He was really calm in his net, and that's a good sign when you see a goalie being calm like that right from the get-go.
We talk about stupid penalties. I don't know if you would characterize Daniel Carcillo's called cross-check here. Todd comes with 8:29 left in the first period, right there.
Well, I mean, obviously the refs know his reputation. You know, maybe it's a soft penalty, but it's a tough one. I get in trouble too much, Mike, with yelling at the refs, so I'm out of that one.
He didn't like that penalty. I'll translate. He didn't like that penalty, and neither did I. But I'd like a lot less the fact that they cashed the end result. Yeah.
And Lucic gets, you know, who's played well, finally gets his first goal of the playoffs, plus Boston gets a power play goal. So 2 huge keys for Boston.
You don't blame Bob for that. Nothing he could have done there.
No, actually, I think he played well through the period, and they managed to kill off another one. I thought killing off the other next power play was pretty important.
All right, let's do this. We'll take a quick timeout right here. We come back, and we'll take a look at some of the other things that the Flyers did this first period as we join you in our first intermission report. In Boston, first intermission, shots are 13-6 in favor of the Bruins, making defensive play on the part of the Flyers all the more important. Ian LePerriere, what did you see as we take a look at Mike Richards on the PK, and they were on the PK 3 times in that first period?
Yeah, well, you want desperation from your captain. That's a great example there. You know, you're not supposed to be that low as a forward when you kill penalties, but he came back almost from the blue line and pretty much save a goal right there.
Talk specific adjustments that it looks like the Flyers made going into this game 4 as we watch after the first period.
I think they played better defensively, a lot tighter. You know, it seems like the wingers are staying on their points a little more. Centermen are sticking to their man. So I just think a little tighter down low.
Al, what about Bob? Sergei Bobrovsky, how's he look to you?
I think he looks good. Early when he was tested, he's getting across the crease really well. He's not leaping. It's not like he's going out of his skin, so to speak, to make the save. Looks in control. The Bruins, obviously, as Bill Clement mentioned during the game, they think they see something up high, and he's blocked it off so far for the most part. I don't think you blame him on the goal. But what I really like is he is in control of his game with the rebounds, looking around, handing the puck back off. It doesn't look like the situation got to him.
Yeah, it's good we're mentioning a Flyers goaltender for a good reason. Even though there's 1 goal in, it was a power play goal by the Bruins. Certainly no fault of Sergei Bobrovsky's. We haven't mentioned Tim Thomas, and when you only get 6 shots on him, you can't expect to put him in.
No, we'll need more shots than that, like you said. He looks fine. He didn't get tested too badly in the first period, and to be able to score against him, we'll need better chances than that.
All right, second period coming up. We will see you in the second intermission. Flyers hockey continues on Comcast Sportsnet in a moment.
Tonight's second period from TD Garden is brought to you by Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you. And by your Philadelphia area Volkswagen dealers. Visit VWDealer.com. one goal in period number 1, and so as we get set to start the second, it's a 1-0 lead. Milan Lucic with his first of the entire playoff.
And the Boston Bruins flexing their offensive muscles, at least in shots in the first period, and they missed a whole bunch too, trying to go high on Sergei Bobrovsky.
Very important beginning of a period here for the Flyers, because they have a power play, a fresh sheet of ice, a chance to get this game even and start all over again. 1:40 remaining on the penalty to Chara. He got 4 minutes while Hartnell got 2. Here's Giroux cutting on in, around behind, and then goes back out to Timonen. They'll set it up. Into Giroux, right back to Kimo. Richards has drifted down low. There he is taking the puck. Richards holding out, and then trying a pass or a shot. It's deflected out of play.
Now there's little Brad Marchand. We talked about him in the first period, a kid that wants to play angry and admitted that he was playing angry to the point of skating around trying to kill. As he put it, I was just trying to kill guys every time I had a shift. I think he's playing with a little more control in this game, because every time the play stopped in game 3, he was chopping somebody.
They don't give a Calder Trophy for the playoffs, but if they did, he's the leader right now.
5'9", $185, and he uses it all.
He has been tremendous. Here is Giroux back out to Timonen. He'll move to the middle of the ice. And now Richards winds, fires, shot blocked, and then cleared all the way down by Seidenberg.
Well, that time Mike Richards looked like he was trying a slap pass for the tape of James Van Riemsdyk, but when it's on the ice, as long as you're a penalty killer and you keep your stick down, you're going to get a piece of it.
52 seconds left in this opportunity for the Flyers as Timonen drills it in from the red line. Carter lifts the stick of a Bruin player so Leno can play the puck, but he had trouble with a couple of Bruins. Leno got it back to Carter, who's checked by Ferentz. Leno comes in to sweep it back out to Carl. Carl and dropped it out to center ice. It's been a real tough playoff run for Matt Carl here of late. He'll try to make up for it some here as he moves in. He'll roll it around deep. Leno is checked. Ferentz after him. Versteeg trying to get it back to Nazareth, but he was tightly marked by Pai, and down the ice it goes. Matt Carl -4 in this series and -8 for the playoffs, after having such an outstanding season where he was among the league leaders in plus-minus for much of the time. Here's Versteeg trying to get the puck to Carl, but it went off his skate and is cleared. That will do it for the Philadelphia power play.
Boston is so well positioned defensively that when you try those little seam passes, whether it be on the rush or when you've got your power play set up, they don't have much of a chance of working. Almost better to come with a blue-collar approach. Drive pucks at Tim Thomas and try to arrive for rebounds.
Back to full-strength hockey. Van Riemsdyk scrambling for a loose puck. Horton spilled by Coburn on a big hit. Around behind it goes. Waiting for it to get to him is Briere. Wojcik got there as well, but Briere finesses his way off the boards. Out to Coburn for a shot off a skating wide. Back out to Briere, who did a magnificent job getting through traffic to get that puck into a scoring area. Now Giroux, checked by Horton, lost the puck, and Peverley has it. Across to Krejci. David Krejci to the Philadelphia line. He'll just tip it deeper. Timonen back to get it for Philadelphia. He'll drop to Coburn. He'll set things up. Crowd for the moment relatively quiet. Won't take much to soak them again, though. Garden, it's been a frenzy here over the last 2 games of this series. Hoping their team can, to some degree, make amends for last year. If they go on and win the Stanley Cup, they'll completely make amends for last year. Here's Krejci, sending it back, goes in on Thomas. He'll dish it aside for Seidenberg. Now the cross-ice pass to Lucic. The big train gets rumbling through center. That's on in. The shot deflected away by O'Donnell. Carl up the boards. Shane Knighty is there. Tucks it back down low. Out to Caberlet. Now it's Recchi. Mark Recchi, 43 years young. Goes all the way across to Caberlet. It winds and fires. Bobrovsky rebound. Went off of Paille and trickled to the corner. The head by Carl. That's a turnover. Here's Paille. Stopped in tight. Bobrovsky may have gotten a piece. Now back out in front. It goes. Bobrovsky able to cover Recchi. Took a shot up high. Now Paille getting worked over as well as the Flyers clearing the porch.
Jody Shelley just standing there waiting, saying, I got my Yada ready to go to Daniel Paille. You know that Shelley wouldn't skate away from that opportunity.
St. Pauli is going to be left all by himself. All the full play moving the other way, all of a sudden came to him, but he didn't have time. He was too tight to be able to do anything. And Bobrovsky put himself in the right position to make any save to be able to go to right or left on Paille.
Puck back to Caberlet. He fanned on his first try, but did get the puck eventually to Recchi, and then his pass is tipped high up in the air and over the glass and into the crowd.
I want to remind everybody that they can become a part of the team with a 2011-12 full or partial season ticket package. And remember, Flyers season ticket holders, they get the biggest discounts from box office pricing, playoff priority, flexible payments, everything. 215-218-PUCK.
Puck controlled here by Bergeron. Flipped it, went off his shin pad across ice. Caberlet gets it down low for Marchand. Marchand bodied by Mazzaros. Bouncing free, and there's Carl. He'll try the other side of the ice. Kept in. Boychuk flips directed off the stick of Marchand and then the glass. The centering pass off of Richards' stick. Off the skate of Boychuk. Flyers have it 2-on-1. Richards settling the puck. Richards with Versteeg. Richards the shot. St. Thomas wasn't quite sure where it was, but he does indeed make another save, and he hangs on. Here's about it from Richards.
Oh, so close from Mike Richards, and the right decision. He was thinking about threading the needle here to Versteeg, but I think he made the right call by shooting.
Well, he's going to make the right call because right there, Caberlet's going to let Thomas take the shooter. Richards doesn't want to take that chance because Caberlet didn't overplay it. He stayed right in the middle. So now it's just one-on-one between Richards and Thomas was the winner.
So he has now stopped 90 of the last 91 shots that have been fired his way in this series. That started with stopping 46 consecutive to end game 2. Many of them in that third period. Spectacular stops. Here is Chara wristing one. That goes off a stick to the corner. Giroux is back. Giroux will drop it off for Braden Coburn. Moving up, swerving to the right, and then shoveling one. Goes wide of Thomas. Played by Giroux. He is checked by Seidenberg. And the puck moved out through center ice. Flyers changing players. O'Donnell goes back to get it as we pass the 5-minute mark of this second period. Mazzaros looking for and finding Hartnell. Hartnell trying to center. It's blocked by Ferentz. He's then bumped into by Briere. Hartnell gets the puck back to the point. Mazzaros, his wrist shot, missed everything. He's looking, I think, for a redirection there. Never got it. Hartnell to Leno. Leno brings it back down low for Briere. Bruins have done a good job of cutting Briere down around behind that net, not letting him get into making his magic down there, as we so often see him do. Hartnell and Lucic. Lucic takes a spill. Hartnell sent flying, stick into the air. Briere to the puck. Briere holding on. Briere all the way around. Briere now stepping in front. The shot! Save! Thomas as he lunged toward the shooter, and now it's Ryder just flicking that one out to center ice.
Tim Thomas gets no points for style. No. But boy, he just gets it done.
Last time I checked, there are no such things in hockey, right? Thank goodness for that. We don't want any judgment calls on style, that's for sure. He just gets in the way of the puck.
Well, he tries to cut down the angle even on one of those plays. Most butterfly goalies would just drop to the butterfly and give you that spot upstairs that Briere was looking for.
Heavy hitting in the corner as Hartnell took it from Ferentz. Slowly makes his way to the Philadelphia bench. Recchi turns the puck deep into the Philadelphia zone and hunts it right. Got a piece of him, but Carl is there to get the puck to Richards. Richards sidesteps Marchand, and then also got out of the way of Recchi for the most part as he cleared the zone. There's Bergeron to Recchi. Recchi back to Bergeron, and now Recchi holding on, looking at it in the middle. It's backed away. Richards turning. He's barely got his stick on it. Now the Flyers are sent it up off of Versteeg to center and then fired into the crowd by Chara. Almost 7 minutes into period number 2. Still 1-0.
Amy Fiddle here in our Comcast Sportsnet newsroom. Let's check in on playoffs elsewhere. Red Wings had a 3-0 lead in their decisive game. Sharks tie it up. Danny Heatley with the equalizer in the third period. San Jose going for the sweep in Detroit right now. It is all knotted at 3. JJ?
All right, Amy, thank you very much. There's the Western Conference breakdown. Vancouver, 3-1 series lead. San Jose a chance to close out the Red Wings. And how about that for a comeback as they were down 3-0 in the game and now tied it at 3.
San Jose's different, though. They play to win instead of a team that used to play not to lose. Boy, they've come right at the Red Wings, no matter what the score is or how late in the game it is.
Blair Betts sends the puck into the Boston zone. Flyers, like the Red Wings, facing a 3-0 hole. Here's Betts with a steal and a shot. Fought off by Thomas. Batted ahead. O'Donnell will keep it in. Try a shot, but it's blocked. And moved that to Sean Thornton. Andrew Ferentz. Ferentz lost control. Gets it back and stabs it into the Philadelphia zone. Bobrovsky will set it up for Mazaros. Shelley trying to clear the zone. Betts as well, having some difficulty.
Flyers doing a lot better job in the offensive zone on the forecheck. Doing a real good job of getting on the Boston defense.
Right here, Boston getting in on O'Donnell. Puck drifts free. Here's Chara. Chara with a wrist shot. Save Bobrovsky. Rebound. Campbell. Whack at it. Could not get a shot up. And the Flyers cough it up to Ryder for a big blast that's blocked by a sliding Betts. Flyers have had 2 or 3 chances to clear the zone and have not been able to do it. They fail again. Chara's shot. And that one goes high and wide. Here's Beverly after it. Mazaros steps in his way. But bouncing free. Powell. O'Donnell after it. They're very tired. Powell could not get a hold of it again. Here's O'Donnell again. He'll reverse it. Mazaros is pinned. Ryder centers. Beverly shot. Couldn't take it on the second trip. Save Bobrovsky. 2 spectacular stops by Bobrovsky. But the Flyers again fail to clear. Chara's shot goes wide. Seidenberg to it. Some of the Flyers players can barely move their legs here as Ryder takes a shot. It goes high off glass, back out to Chara. Chara along behind the net. Here's O'Donnell. He will ice it. And Thomas is going to come out of his net.
Oh, man, what a bonus for the Flyers.
Yeah, because they are going to get at least 1 or 2 players off the ice. It would have been icing. They would have had to stay on the ice. Now Ryder back in. Mazaros and O'Donnell, however, are still trapped out there. They haven't been able to make changes up front of the Flyers. So they have fresh forwards, tired defense. Here's Chara across ice. Seidenberg, wrister save. Bobrovsky did not cover. Ryder then fires one high and wide. Flyers would have loved for Bobrovsky to just gather that puck and hang on right there. Now it's Beverly behind the net. Beverly dances to the corner, lost it to O'Donnell, and now Van Riemsdyk will move it up to center. And try to get it in, did not get the puck deep. It rolls back. Bobrovsky will come out. He's going to fire it down the ice. Turning the other way as Boychuk, linesman up to that, will not call it icing. Flyers do make their changes on defense. Well, at least they got Timonen out there. Mazaros, however, still out on the ice. And Bobrovsky this time does come out and jump on top of the puck and get the whistle.
Not a bad idea. You know, during that last sequence, the Bruins were able to get a whole fresh line out there, and the Flyers weren't.
Now watch Beverly with this opportunity. Right there, he hits the side of the net, but it's Bobrovsky getting back on the play when Beverly had the second opportunity, Billy.
Sure did. I thought Beverly had as good a chance to score when he originally got it, just firing it on the forehand, but he decided to go to a backhand deke move that Sergei Bobrovsky was able to get to.
Scott Hartnell is in ahead of the puck offside. And so the face-off back out in the neutral zone as we approach the midpoint of regulation time.
Without a doubt, the Flyers were running on fumes when the Bruins had him penned in, and Beverly and Kelly and Ryder came out, and the Flyers were only able to get James Van Riemsdyk out there, but Beverly put himself on a real sharp angle when he had I think, an incredible opportunity just to push one by Bobrovsky on the forehand.
Bobrovsky made a nice stop on that first shot, and then after that, not enough real estate. Here's a shot. That one went wide. I did not believe Bobrovsky got a piece of that offering from Krejci. Johnny Boychuk is back to play it. Shots now 18-9 in favor of Boston. Boychuk banks. Krejci did not control it. Carter rams it right back out to center. Boychuk turns with it, lost it. Carter has it in across the line. Carter shuffles it off for Giroux. The shot blocked. It's jabbed free, but not until after the whistle had blown, and so play is stopped. 9:48 remaining, period number 2.
1-0, the Boston Bruins lead the Philadelphia Flyers on the strength of that gentleman right there, Milan Lucic, and that's our value play. Taco Bell value play of the game. Watch this 2-on-1 down low. Now right here, it's just a matter of Lucic getting away from Timonen, gets that wide side, and as a result, the Bruins holding on to that 1-0 lead. That's our Taco Bell value play of the game. And tell you what, guys, just as I said, that the Flyers are doing a real good job in the offensive zone. Now, the Bruins are really doing a great job of matching up. 1 for 1, 2 for 2, 3 for 3. But then all of a sudden, the Bruins took off just as I said that.
Flyers trying to get back to the forecheck game right here. Marchand, Versteeg getting past him some there. Had a chance to go after him, and now the Bruins will move it up, and Seidenberg will wind it in. Versteeg not control that puck, and Bergeron will send it into the corner. Marchand worked on by Coburn. Comes Bergeron, and a hand pass called, so the faceoff will go out to the neutral zone. Immediately after the game, stay tuned to Comcast Sportsnet for a complete game wrap-up with expert analysis of Michael Barkan, Ian LaPerriere, Rick Tocchet, Al Morganti, Coach C. Everybody on hand, plus exclusive team reactions on Flyers post-game live presented by McDonald's. Right here after the game, and Peter Laviolette hoping that is not post-mortem on the season. Hoping that that is just the post-game show for this one, and they can look forward to a Game 5 as well. Lucic and Briere on this draw. Briere wins it back to Andre Mazaros.
And Briere getting a little bit of double duty, playing with Mike Richards or playing with Claude Giroux and James Van Riemsdyk on the right side, but also going back into the middle with his regular line mates Leno and Hartnell.
Lucic will clear that one out, read by Carl. Carl, a quick pass back to the middle, but the Flyers couldn't come up with it. The Bruins sure do. Lucic charging up. Lucic holds his shot, muted by Carl, sticked away by Bobrovsky. Horton gathers at a broken stick. And on the play, Bruins, Lucic goes and gets a new stick over at the bench as Horton gets to the puck. Horton holding on, that stick right out in front. That shot by Krejci blocked. Briere will leave it off for Leno. And Leno from the red line will fire it in. This line so magical last year. They had difficulty really rediscovering that magic in these playoffs. Krejci could not get that puck in on the first try. Second try, it was off a stick into the crowd, and then a double team over in front of the Boston bench as Lucic has a Flyer all wrapped up.
Well, Hartnell went over and took the first shot. Then Lucic got him real good after that. They're tangled up right now. This is going to be a real interesting call, guys.
Well, Scott Hartnell has done a good job of getting the Bruins angry at him. He's had Chara and Lucic, the two biggest guys on the team, or two of the biggest at least, angry at him. He got the Flyers a power play last time. Both Lucic and Hartnell go off here. We'll wait for the calls.
It's always a hostile environment right in front of the opposition's bench.
Ooh.
So Scott Hartnell with a hit that looked a tad late on David Krejci, and I think that's why Milan Lucic came in.
Well, I don't think Peter Laviolette's very happy again, but I don't know what the call is. We're still waiting for the call.
Well, Peter Laviolette not appear all that happy with what the decision is. Looking for an explanation now from Stephen Walker. 2 minutes for each player up on the board, so we'll get some 4-on-4 hockey. They have not announced the penalties as yet.
Craig Berube has been in one-on-one discussion with Ville Leno for about the last 30 seconds on the Flyers bench.
Braden Coburn takes it back into his own zone. Beverly gave him some trouble. Coburn got away with tying up Beverly's stick. Not having a penalty call, so the Flyers now move out. Giroux surveying in across the line. Turned back and then turns it over. It's a 3-on-2 the other way if the Bruins hurry, but their pass off the mark there as Beverly could not control it. Back in center. Here's Giroux. Giroux for Van Riemsdyk. He's taken to the wall by Boychuk. Ferentz, a little head fake. Give himself some space from Giroux. And now Ferentz has it back. He'll start up his pass for Chris Kelly. Kelly to the Philadelphia line. Drop past Beverly. Beverly shot. Actually looking for a redirect from Boychuk. Didn't get it. Out the other side. Briere, good hit on Kelly. The puck ahead. And here's Briere with it. Briere in across the Boston line, but checked. Gets back to its centers. It goes off his skate out to the line. Mazaros is there. Cross ice Carl. He'll flip one. Carter after it in front, but was knocked down and could not get a clear shot on goal. Kelly has it moving the other way. No backhand. He hits a teammate, Beverly. The Bruins are making a change. Now Bergeron scrambling to come up with the puck. 40 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4. Chara works that one in. Carl broke it up, but then lost it. Here's a pass. Seidenberg for Chara. Sweeps it. Marchand knocks it down. Gathers. Draws a couple of flyers to him, and then his pass tipped down by Richards, who goes the other way with it. Richards and Versteeg. Ahead to Versteeg. Cutting on in. He scores! Chris Versteeg solves Thomas. And the Flyers aren't dead yet. They tie it up at 1 with 6:38 to go in period number 2. Versteeg, his first of the playoffs. He scores for a case of Tasty Cakes.
And the rookie, Brad Marchand, that we said good things about, gambled and lost big time. Mike Richards and Chris Versteeg looked like they were both in the clear. What a move here by Versteeg.
Boy, did he do a nice job of just dropping the shoulder, and then Thomas just didn't get there in time. Watch the drop, and all of a sudden goes up and over Thomas. You know he's going to go down. But Marchand, oh boy, did he make a bad mistake. He got cornered right up in the blue line, right in front of the bench. He had 2 Flyers there. In a situation like that, he's got to dump the puck, get it deep. He tried to get cute, and he got burned.
If you want to teach somebody how to execute a deke, use that video. Versteeg changed the point of attack or release of the puck about 8 feet, pulling him from his forehand to his backhand, then immediately getting air under the puck and getting it up and over Tim Thomas.
He has his first postseason goal as a Flyer. His 11th of his career. Richards will get the assist. 13:22 the time. Here come the Flyers again. Leno in front for Briere. He's knocked down, penalty. Holding the call. The Flyers have tied it. Now they'll go to the power play with a chance to take the lead.
What great use of the adrenaline rush that you get when your team scores, because Danny Briere and his guys coming right back at the Bruins and forcing them into a penalty. Ville Leno with a nifty pass. And if Horton doesn't interfere with Danny Briere right there, I think the Flyers have a lead in this game.
Ville Leno's so good at that, holding on, then all of a sudden waiting right to the last second to be able to make that pass. That's what he did again, and Danny Briere doing a nice job going to the net, but Horton had to pull him down.
Crowd didn't like that call. Flyers to the power play. Richards the blast. Save Thomas. He's not sure where it is. And somehow it's underneath him, even though not much of Thomas was on the ice. But he had it under the leg.
Flyers better on the faceoffs as well. They were below 50% in the first period, but Claude Giroux won that cleanly from Greg Campbell.
Thomas is fortunate there. Flyer landed on him. He was in an awkward position. Richards to Giroux. A shot is blocked. Carter kept the puck alive, and he got it back out to Timonen. Across for Richards. He's on the point. On for Giroux. Giroux turning with it. Takes the shot at the shin pad. It bounces to the wall. Richards after it, but could not keep it away from Kelly, who clears.
Big bodies for the Flyers in front of Tim Thomas, James Van Riemsdyk, Jeff Carter. If the other 3 players can only get the puck through, Kimmo Timonen and Mike Richards, they have to get the puck to the front once the big bodies are set up.
The puck lobbed off the glove of Chara. Richards rolls it around. Carter takes a look, turns with it. Jeff Carter in front. That hit Chara. He didn't see it, but Bergeron does, and he clears. 1:06 remaining on the power play. Bobrovsky will set it up. Flyers make some changes. Carl Edmonds to Briere. Briere plays it in. And that one to Peverly, though, and he'll just clear it right back down. Sloppy entry there by Philadelphia. They'll try again. Carl deliberately moving up. Dropped it off for Leno. Ahead to Briere. Lost it. It bounced to Hartnell. Falls down as he clears it deeper, but all black jerseys. Boychuk there. And he gets it past Carl all the way down the ice. Half-minute remaining in this big opportunity for the Flyers. Their power play, of course, has struggled. Not quite to the tune of the Bruins struggles with the man advantage, but still hasn't been there. And that play is offside right at the Boston line.
Let's take a look at our Wells Fargo. Great check of the game. We know this has been a very physical series, and it's Braden Coburn. You know, he's used his body so well this season right there. Just takes Nathan Horton right off the play. Horton's looking for the puck. And so what you do when the guy's got his head down like that, you just take care of business and just knock him right off his feet. And that's why it's our Wells Fargo great check of the game.
Leads all players in hits in this series, does Braden Coburn, as Lisa Brett plays the puck in. Flyers go after it and get it. Giroux holds on, centers. Van Riemsdyk shot save made by Thomas, and he crumples to the ice in control of the puck.
You don't get to be as good as Tim Thomas without being able to read plays. He knew exactly where that was going to end up, so he was out of his paint as usual. He pointed out earlier that in street clothes you wouldn't pick him as a pro athlete. He's listed at 5'10", but that's generous. Kind of a little guy. See him reading the play, and then he pushes out to the edge of the paint, even on those sharp angle shots.
What he might not have in size, he makes up for in determination. He never, ever gives up on a puck. You'll see him make saves in positions that you just don't see in any goaltending instructional booklet, that's for sure. But
I think his hockey IQ is underrated, too.
That puck goes into the Boston bench. The power play is over. 4:02 remaining in this second period. Flyers have tied the Bruins at 1. There's the guy who did it. Chris Versteeg coming your way. The drama of the Stanley Cup playoffs building. Flyers have to win to keep their season alive. They have tied Boston at 1. 24 minutes and 2 seconds of regulation time remaining in game 4. Darryl Powell out for a shift with Claire Betts and Dan Carcillo.
And both centers got thrown out of the faceoff circle there. Patrice Bergeron and Darryl Powell. You got to cheat against Bergeron. He's been that dominant.
Betts, nice pass there to Carcillo. He just lost the puck instead of trying to get it to Carl. And back the other way goes Recchi. Recchi up the right wing. Puck started rolling on him. He takes it around behind the net. Out the other side and out to the point. Coberle. A shot blocked, and that one hurt Carcillo. Shot from the other point, deflected up over the crossbar. Boychuk firing. Now he gets it back to Boychuk. Carcillo's on one leg, trying to gut it out on the ice after blocking that shot. Flyers again need a frozen puck or a clear. Here's Coberle. Coberle moving on in. Centers! Ricochets off of his skate back out to Boychuk. They're rolling around behind the net. Recchi tied up by Mazzaros. Carcillo can barely move. Bergeron leans in on Powell, kicks the puck free. Carcillo out to the puck, tries to clear, can't. And now it's moved ahead by Carl. And a penalty upcoming. Penalty upcoming.
Carcillo,
who is barely able to skate, is just going to head right off the ice, but somebody else will have to serve the penalty for him.
It was a shot from behind that he took. I mean, he was in survival mode that whole shift after blocking a shot. He didn't have to take this crack on the back of a Bruin at the end of the play, but he did. First of all, here's the block. Ouch. Inside of his left skate, left ankle. And there was the crack on the back.
He just got himself a little bit too over when he rolled to be able to block that shot. Obviously, you want your shin pads forward, you want to hide your head, and you want your body facing the shooter. But he rolled right at the last second.
The penalty, he's got to know. The officials know where he is all the time. He's not going to get away with those kind of penalties. He was in a lot of pain. Gotta have some sympathy for him there, but the penalty itself could be a huge one. Flyers need a kill here late in the second period. Coburn intercepts and clears back into the Boston zone. Fourth power play of the game for the Bruins. Here's Lucic. He's stopped by Coburn again, and Coburn will bank it down the ice. As Coberle acquired at the trade deadline from the Leafs. The puck to Boychuk. He'll wind it in. Lucic, Coburn come together. Puck squirts to the corner. Powell and Lucic. It's Lucic getting it back to Boychuk. Across for Coberle. Now the pass to Lucic. Holding on to it. Back out Boychuk. Winds and blasts. Save Bobrovsky. And no rebound.
Job by Sergei Bobrovsky. Well, if you're planning a special occasion, you want a great night out, single event suites at the Wells Fargo Center. Fun for friends, family, co-workers. I mean, it's all there. You want all the bells and whistles, go for a suite. 215-389-9500 or visit mypremiumtix.com. great time. I can guarantee it. Been there, done it, had a blast.
Off of this face-off, Beverly finds Bergeron, tried to dish to Recchi, but they could not make the connection. Richards tries to clear it, hit Chara. Stays in the zone, though. And Bergeron able to scoop it down low. O'Donnell redirects. Chara in from the point. That ridiculously long stick of his tips the puck back behind the net. Now it's out to Seidenberg. Bergeron twisted to the ice by O'Donnell. Crowd wants another penalty. They're not going to get it. Here's Giroux moving up. And he'll just tip it deep into the Boston zone. A half minute remaining on the Boston power play. Recchi. The right wing feed for Chara. It's broken up by Powell, and Powell will clear. Good work by the Flyers penalty killers thus far. Bruins can start one more charge with this man advantage. Seidenberg. The right wing feed off of Chara's stick into the Philadelphia zone. Team it in there. Set it along, past Ferentz and down the ice, and that'll do it for the Boston man advantage. So the Flyers kill it off and keep this game tied as we enter the final minute of the second period. And Hartnell nearly stole the puck from Ferentz. Right in the blue paint. Now it's Marchand. Popping it up in the air. Briere after it. So is Marchand. Checked. Puck battled for. Briere tipping it to Hartnell. Fans in that pass, but it made its way through to Mazzaros, and now Leno will pop it into the Boston zone and chase. He and Boychuk come together. Hartnell after it. Leno was there as well, but instead it's the black jersey Bruins moving the other way. Marchand to Kelly. Kelly in across the line. Kelly wrapped up, penalty. Briere got his stick right into the midsection. Briere thought his stick was being held there. The penalty will go against Philadelphia. Another power play for Boston ahead.
Well, some quick puck movement by the Bruins and some speed by Chris Kelly really put Danny Briere in a jam. He did a good job of getting back to take part of Kelly, but ended up picking a penalty up on the play. Here's Kelly trying to use some speed to cut Briere off. Danny Briere was trying to get a call on Chris Kelly at the end of this play, saying that Kelly held his stick.
He did try, but his complaints fell on deaf ear. So, another man advantage for the Bruins. Flyers hit the puck. Coburn could not clear it. Boychuk kept it in. Coburn another try. That one's knocked down. Lucic to it. 13 seconds in the period. Across it goes. Caberlet, a Boychuk shot, misses. He was jammed a little bit by that pass. Couldn't get all on that shot. They try to center to Lucic. Blocked. Horton again trying to center. Blocked off by Timonen. And the period comes to an end. The Bruins will have the early period power play this time around. A minute 37 still remaining on the Briere minor as the teams skate off. This game is deadlocked at 1:40 minutes now in the books. Tonight's Flyers-Bruins second period was brought to you by McDonald's. Get a small premium roast coffee for only 89 cents. McDonald's, I'm loving it. Also brought to you by your local Chevy dealers. Let's head downstairs to Steve Coates as he is set to chat with the Flyers captain.
Thanks very much, Jimmy and Richie. The first thing I got to ask is, how did the team respond? How did it feel here on the bench and on the ice after you guys got this game all tied up?
Well, I think we started playing better. I think in the second period, the first period, I thought we were a little bit flat. They took it to us. We took some penalties that's put us on our heels, but we're starting to play a lot better now, getting the puck in deep and forechecking them.
Well, he got Marchand in that trap right inside the blue line. Tell us about it.
Yeah, 4-on-4, so there's not really any system. You just kind of go about, take man on man, and luckily the puck ended up on our stick, and Steger made a good play to put it in the back of the net.
Richie, thanks.
Thanks, Coach.
Jimmy, back to you.
All right, Coachy, thank you very much. More analysis from the guys back in the studio. Michael B., Al Morgan, Rick Tocchet, Ian LaPerriere, as our coverage of Flyers playoff hockey continues after these messages.
Taco Bell's Cheesy Double-Decker Taco. A crunchy taco wrapped in a nacho cheese sauce smothered tortilla. Think outside the bun. At participating locations for a limited time. Prices may vary. Tax extra.
Flyers get the equalizer in the second period. Now 20 minutes to keep their season going. 20 minutes to force Game 5 or go home. What will be as we welcome you to the Taco Bell Intermission Report. Rick Tocchet, Al Morganti, Ian LePerriere alongside. Toc, we talked pregame about who needed to step up this game. You said Chris Versteeg, and he did, didn't he?
Yeah, it's a big goal for him. I mean, maybe this loosens him up a little bit. And him and Richards, obviously, it was a great play to snuff out Marchand. Marchand's been excellent for Boston, but he makes a mistake here. Richards snuffs him out here, gives a pass to Versteeg, and like Bill Clement said, it was a very nice breakaway goal on a great goalie.
Just the way they came up, and he put a beautiful move on Tim Thomas.
Well, he's got skills. He showed us this year that he had soft hands around the net, and like Toc said, it's going to take a lot of pressure off of him and off the team too. We're back in the game after scoring that goal.
Al, Mike Richards just told Coltsy we're a little off in the first period, but we picked it up in the second period. I'm wondering what's ahead now.
Well, yeah, they had a long period without a shot on goal, then they managed to get that back in order. That was huge. Unfortunately, having to kill a penalty when they start the period, that's going to be big, but they've done it before. Boston's had its issues, and just have that combination with Richards and Versteeg. That's important too, because they really had chemistry midway through the season, or after the trade.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We come back, and when we return, we'll talk about what the Flyers need to do in the third period to force a Game 5. Can they do it? That's coming your way in a moment. Continuing the Taco Bell Intermission Report. So much to talk about with one period left, and the first key obviously is Sergei Bobrovsky, who stood pretty tall in net, and I'm wondering if you like the way he's played and whether or not he's going to be the key to this third period.
Yeah, he's very calm in net. He doesn't look like he's running around or all over the place, and I think right now he's going to be big, especially at the beginning of the period. We'll have to kill a power play, and the best penalty killer is your goalie, and there's no better time to show it right now. We'll need him to be big at the beginning of the period.
Al, I think in some sense, in our heart of hearts, we really wondered how he would show up tonight.
Oh, yeah, well, what everybody's gone through with the goaltending, yeah, they really were just looking to make sure he's the same guy finishes the game and starts it. But he's been really strong in goal, really confident in goal. And you can tell the Bruins are like, they thought they'd picked a spot. Now they're trying something else against them. But as Ian said, it's going to be tough at the beginning of this period. They're going to throw everything into this power play. Hasn't been good, but they do have that big gun at that blue line.
Toc, as an observer of the game now, there's such a real tension when you're watching. It's tied up. It's win or go home. But what's it like in the dressing room as they're preparing to come out?
Well, you try to stay calm because, once you hit the ice, then you got the adrenaline going. So you're trying to probably say the right things, make sure that everybody's on the same page. And this is a big kill. And they would probably go over something right now before the kill, maybe to make sure that, if Boston goes low, to make sure we have the guys come down low.
Face-offs won. The Flyers won the battle in the second period. They still trail for the game.
That's the key word. You said won the battle. They win in battles all around the circle in that period, and that made a big difference. And I think Bria won 3 face-offs in that period.
Who's going to bring a third period, bring this thing home?
Well, I'll go with Richie. Richie's playing hard and offensively and defensively, and I'll put my money on Richie.
We shall see. Clock hit 0. You got a lot on it. Clock hit 0. We're back for Post-Game Live. Enjoy the third period, everybody.
Tonight's third period on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Benefits older Pennsylvanians. Every day must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly. And by Acura Advance. Certainly set here for a great third period of action in Boston. Chris Versteeg, the only goal scorer in period number 2 from Mike Richards, tying this game at 1.
And Chris Versteeg had 20 shots on goal coming into this game 4 without being able to bulge with line. He's got one now.
James Van Riemsdyk has been held in check thus far in this game. Tremendous in these playoffs.
Only 1 shot on goal for JVR, and that's leading the NHL in shots during the playoffs. James Van Riemsdyk had 17 more shots than the next closest, Daniel Sedin of the Vancouver Canucks, coming into this game. And Sedin had played one more game.
Important start to the third period here. And we welcome in viewers watching across the country on Versus as the third period is underway. Game 4 of this Eastern Conference semifinal series between the Flyers and Bruins. 1-1 hockey game. Bruins on the power play to start the third. Here's Johnny Boychuk. Winds, fires. Bobrovsky the save, and then the rebound batted by Kimmo Timonen out to the neutral zone.
And this ice for a lot of this game has been tired. I mean, there was a graduation ceremony here today. This sheet of ice is fresh for the Bruins right now.
Northeastern University commencement taking place. No day of game skate for either team as a result. Here's Caberlet. Dropping it off. Krejci. Krejci for Horton. Trying to fend off Timonen. Got it back to Krejci. And now it's Caberlet on the goal line. Lucic into the slot. Horton was well guarded by Richards. Back to Caberlet. Lucic, who has the Boston goal, back out to the point. Krejci looking things over, deals to Caberlet. He's trying to keep the Bruins to the outside. Caberlet hits his own man with that shot. It hit Boychuk. It's tipped away, and now it's Richards trying to get over to it, and he finally does get to the puck. Ridden by Horton, and now he's just trying to waste some time. The puck does finally pop free. 14 seconds left on the Boston power play.
It's a really good job by the Flyers penalty killers keeping the play to the outside, because Nathan Horton and Johnny Boychuk were parked in front with nobody near them.
Behind the net. Puck is dug loose by Bergeron. Tried to center, stop, rebound, shot, save Bobrovsky, and he's able to cover up.
Well, that's focus by Sergei Bobrovsky. People hammering away, and Bobrovsky never losing sight of the puck and being able to outmuscle people to get to it. So Peter Laviolette's choice to start Sergei Bobrovsky has been right on track so far here in Game 4.
And Bergeron is a right-hand shot's got to be able to look at where he's going. He loops, comes back with a forehand. Bobrovsky did a nice job holding that pipe.
So the Flyers now try to maneuver up. Briere is stopped and Chara takes over. Full strength hockey. Bruins are offside. Marchand playing the puck. Whistle stopping play. Just 2 goals in this one. Back in the first period. The Bruins struck first. Milan Lucic off the nice feed on the power play. Yes, the 5-on-4 power play goal, first of these playoffs. 5-on-4 for the Bruins. But then Chris Versteeg in period number 2 with a breakaway beating Thomas. And that is why this game is deadlocked here early in the third. James Van Riemsdyk peeling back. Across to Coburn. 2 minutes in. TD Garden has gone quiet for the few times tonight. Van Riemsdyk holding on. Takes the shot. It's deflected. Trickles to the corner. Carter is on it there. To Giroux behind the net. Giroux all the way out to Carl. Carl back for Giroux. Right at the line. A wrist shot. And that one batted away despite a screen in front as Van Riemsdyk and Carter were both set up. Back out it comes to Carl. His pass off a skate. Bergeron has it. And he gets to Chara. Bergeron was dumped by Giroux. But the Bruins move up. Recchi slashed at, turns, fires, glove save by Bobrovsky, and he's going to hang right on to it.
Bergeron just got absolutely drilled by Giroux, and he was very, very slow to get up. In fact, he's going to the locker room.
Wow, that would be a huge loss for the Bruins. Bergeron continuing right along to the locker room. In fact, Giroux looks as though he's in some pain as well.
That's helmet to helmet. And, of course, Bergeron with the past concussion problems, so that's got to be a very big worry for the Boston Bruins.
Boy, no kidding. I still believe that Patrice Bergeron's one of the underrated players in the NHL, and Claude Julien has been riding him on the faceoff. 31-4 in faceoff wins for Bergeron. Oh,
Johnny Boychuk fires and scores. The Bruins back on top. It's 2-1. A faceoff win without Bergeron by the Bruins. Pays off when they go ahead goal.
Yeah, they didn't need Bergeron on this one. And Johnny Boychuk, who has a twine-seeking laser for a shot. And that actually looked to me as if it either tipped or curved because it was a rolling puck that he launched.
May have gone off with Beverly in front.
May have.
Well, Billy, you mentioned earlier about the fact that the Bruins were shooting high because they're waiting for Bobrovsky to go back down to that butterfly right there. That shot, as you mentioned, it was a laser. Top shelf over the left shoulder of Bobrovsky once again.
What a
shot and comes into play here. And what I said earlier, this place is quiet, not quiet anymore.
No, we've talked in this game about how the Bruins scouting report on Bobrovsky said go high on him. Boychuk was just trying to launch that as hard as he could. It was rolling, and it had eyes ultimately whether it touched anybody or not.
Get another look at this goal.
Watch Bobrovsky to see if he flinches and changes his body posture here. Here comes the shot. Hard to tell.
You know what, Billy, when you take a look at that, don't you want to see his glove up a little higher rather, as compared to trying to kind of whip it up in time?
Yeah, I guess once the puck's by you. No, I agree with that, Coach. It's one of those plays, you know, as a kid, you'd let one by you, and then you'd throw your hand up in the air. That was by Bobrovsky before he had a chance to move, so the glove higher would have probably been a good idea.
Flyers coming right back. Briere is shot, but Thomas makes the save from the angle and allows no rebound. So the Flyers have to, again, find a way to solve this guy.
Here's the shot again from Boychuk, and this is a hard shot to deliver. It's coming across his body. You know what? It hit Scott Hartnell, I think, out near Johnny Boychuk and then started to spin and maybe had a weird trajectory to it. So Sergei Bobrovsky may have a thought about that, but now's no time to be concerned about it. Live in a vacuum, live in a moment, stay right here, right now.
He has had to deal with a lot of deflected shots in this game. Carl is shot here, but it's blocked. Michael Ryder turns it back the other way. The pass for Beverly tipped away, but Kelly gets it back to Ryder, and he blasts one just wide. Beverly to it, tried to center, it was blocked off, and Van Riemsdyk gathers. James Van Riemsdyk ahead for Richards. Richards right back to JVR, and Van Riemsdyk moves up with speed. Then across the line, takes the shot. Glove save, Thomas casually squeezes that one. Another face-off in the Boston zone.
Well, we'll see if the Bruins continue to be as aggressive as they've been, especially in the neutral zone. Sure, Claude Julien doesn't want to change the style, and that may be the word he's getting right there about the condition of Patrice Bergeron. Because unless he's snuck back to the bench without us noticing.
No, he's not back.
No? Okay.
So they will protect or add on to this lead without one of their top players for the time being. As they try to take advantage of his absence. Here's Timonen with a shot, and Thomas again the save, and like Velcro, that puck just sticks to him. No rebound.
The big marshmallow. And when you give Tim Thomas a chance to get out above his paint, and that time nobody could get there in time in a Flyers uniform to hold him in the paint with a screen on the edge of it. Once he's outside the paint, boy, you can't see much twine.
Giroux wins another draw. Backhander by Carter. The save by Thomas. He'll keep the puck in play this time. And Gregory Campbell clears all the way down. But this will be icing. Kimmo Timonen back for the touch-up. And there's 18 shots on goal for the Flyers in this game. Thomas not as busy as perhaps in earlier games in the series, but he's still been good.
No, he hasn't been able to match his 52 save performance from game 2, but that does not mean he hasn't been acrobatic. And he's been solid positioning, but he's so aggressive, even out of the paint on the sharp angle shots. And give the Bruins defense a lot of credit. They protect him when he comes out.
Here's Van Riemsdyk moving the puck in. Giroux around for Carter. Jeff Carter in his second game back after the knee injury. Away from the wall, but then ran into traffic and coughed it up. Recchi on the backhand as it bounced off of Marchand to Bobrovsky. He'll keep it in play to Mazaros around for Timonen, and now ahead. Here's Van Riemsdyk. Rink wide off of Giroux. Batted down by Chara. Played by Mazaros. Flyers are changing. His pass is to Leno. Leno did not get that puck into the zone. Hartnell is there backhanding. Chara cuts that off. Chara then dumps Leno. The Flyers have the puck though as Carl will move to Briere. Briere on the left wing moves on in, holds, and then gets it back to Coburn for a shot. Rattles around in front. Went off of Chara. Flyers just could not get there to try to pound it home.
I'll tell you, that's the best defensive play I've seen Nathan Horton make in this series. He just pulled Scott Hartnell out of the way because the rebound was there for him.
Hartnell back to Coburn. Approach the 5-minute mark of this third period. Crowd fully involved now as Thomas will get to Lucic. His pass ahead to Nathan Horton. Horton stepping around Mazaros. Lucic carries on. Lucic Roars around behind the net. Centers, no one home for Boston. Flyers go back the other way. Here's Scott Hartnell. And he'll bounce one in to the left of Thomas. Chase it himself with Caberlet. They cancel, and Lucic picks up the puck. His pass to Krejci. Got it to the line. Mazaros didn't see it sitting there, and Ryder able to pitch it through center and down into the Philadelphia zone.
You're going to see a lot of dumping into the neutral zone anytime the Bruins get in trouble. With 14:27 remaining, it's all a matter what the score is and what they're going to do with the puck.
Richards handing off to Versteeg. Back out for Carl. Across. That shot blocked. O'Donnell couldn't get it through. Wojcik turns it over to Giroux. Giroux in the slot. Knocked down Richards. Look to the referee for a call. It's not coming. Here's Ferentz the other way. Pass knocked away by O'Donnell, but gotten back by Ryder. Then O'Donnell knocks it away from him as well. Peverly will clear it. It bounces back out into the middle of the ice, and Giroux gathers. From his side of the red line, he blasted in. Thomas tried to... Well, they call the icing. It looked like Thomas tried to play the puck to me, but they will call the icing. Icing. The call. And the face-off back into the Philadelphia zone.
Well, don't forget, you can secure your seats for next season with a full or partial ticket package. Season ticket holders access to exclusive benefits and all kinds of them. Call 215-218-PUCK or just visit PhiladelphiaFlyers.com.
Peter Laviolette wanted to face off at center ice here. Thought that was a mistake by the linesman that the goaltender Thomas did try to play the puck. The Flyers able to win the draw, so no damage done. There's Seidenberg. Bichara ahead. Kelly could not hang on to it. Van Riemsdyk. It's back. Throws it back to the neutral zone. Seidenberg has it there. 6.5 into this third period. This Kelly. Former Ottawa Senator. Acquisition of the trade deadline by the Bruins. The puck deep. Our shot is there. He's bumped. Timo Timonen. A recover for Philadelphia.
See how much pressure the Bruins try to put on here, but Mark Recchi's going for a change, so the Flyers, well, they're taking their time too because they're getting fresh personnel out there. Now we'll see how aggressive the Bruins are. They usually will just back up and then try to suffocate you in the neutral zone.
And that's what they do as they peel back. Here's Carl finding Betts. Betts, a right wing dish and a good one to Powell. Powell back to Betts, lost it, and then a wild swing and a miss. And Ferentz able to clear the zone. Back is Mazaros to get to it, but then he lost it to Krejci, and it ends up behind the Philadelphia net. These fans ready to explode. They have waited a full calendar year for redemption. They have a chance for it tonight. Carl's shot blocked. Gets it back. It's for Betts. And up by Ferentz. Played up by Wojcik. Out of the zone and down the ice. This will be icing on Boston. Mazaros will get the whistle.
A good opportunity. Good opportunity for the Flyers here to get fresh troops out there. The Bruins squeezing it a little bit and icing the puck. Dan Carcillo, after blocking that shot and subsequently taking a penalty about 10 minutes ago in real time back on the bench. Like David Krejci had tried to sneak off there, only to be told he had to come back out.
Flyers win the draw. Richards checked. Dropped it back to Timonen. Across it goes. Coburn trying to get it to the slot. Cut off by Ferentz. Ahead for Krejci, and now Ryder. Ryder to the Philadelphia line. No backhand. Bobrovsky will tip that one to Giroux. That's the 8-minute mark now as Coburn moves it ahead to Richards. Mike Richards gave the Flyers their only win of the season against Boston, regular season or playoffs this year, in overtime as the clock was winding down here at TD Garden. Versteeg back to Carl. Across it goes. Mazaros shot blocked. Giroux is tripped up. Ends up on top of the puck. Gets up. The puck squeezes through to Caberlet for Ryder, and he will clear. Not a lot of room to maneuver with right now out there. Times this series has been wild, back and forth with great scoring chances. Not right about now, though.
Billy talked about the ice being a little fatigued. Well, that's going to be the advantage of the Boston Bruins as this time moves on.
Carter's shot is blocked. He gets it back. And Van Riemsdyk unable to come up with it. Our shot tipped it. Kept him beautifully by Carl and then also by Van Riemsdyk. Chara forced to go back and get it. Now O'Donnell pinches. Hams it into the corner. Chara on his back. O'Donnell got it free to Van Riemsdyk and rolls free now all the way across the pass for O'Donnell. O'Donnell out to the point. Covering the blast. Block. That hit Kelly. And Chara is able to maneuver it out to center ice. Long pass. Flyers right back into the zone. Here's O'Donnell. O'Donnell firing for Briere. Turns it in front. Bounces back to O'Donnell and he fans on it. Mark Recchi, the ageless one, the other way. Lost control as he fanned on the pass. Chance for the Flyers here. The puck to Van Riemsdyk. Van Riemsdyk will take the wrist shot, and it rides high and off the glass.
Boy, you don't see Mark Recchi make mistakes like that very often.
I call him ageless, and then he looked his age for a moment. Here's Carl across. Nazaros for a cutting Giroux. Turning it to Carl. Carl fires it in front off Giroux's skate. He's double teamed to the corner, but escapes the checking. Gets help from Versteeg. Back to Carl. Along for Giroux. Again double team. Bucket to the corner. Hartnell arrives in ill humor and comes away with the puck. Hartnell trying to center, but that one winds up in the stick of Krejci. He'll flutter it out through center ice. We passed the midpoint of this third period. 2-1 Boston. Are they 9:40 away from redemption? We'll find out. Beverly in. Beverly takes it wide. Got it right out into the blue paint. No one home for Boston. Versteeg finds Richards moving the other way. Mike Richards to the line with Hartnell. Richards slams on the brakes. He's checked. Leno is there to keep it in, but his pass winds up in the stick of Chara, and he clears. Coburn has it back. Misses Timonen. They're going to call this icing on Philadelphia. Chara back for the touch-up.
We're going to keep an eye on both these benches, guys, because obviously they're going to have to shorten their bench to play good defense for the Boston Bruins, and the Flyers are going to need to shorten their bench to get more offense out there. And just as a reminder, the Bruins down one player. One of their star players, Patrice Bergeron, left early in this period, has not returned. So obviously a lot of double shifting going in the middle.
And he is such a key factor for Claude Julien and the Bruins on the faceoffs. He has been dominant, nothing short of dominant the last two games.
Bruins don't win another draw. Seidenberg's shot was blocked. Flyers win the battle for the puck. It's Richards charging up with it. Richards for Hartnell. Trying to gather a bouncing puck. He does, but his pass across, knocked down, kicked ahead, and here's Marchand. Right, Marchand to the Philadelphia line. Trying to cut to the middle. Lost control as he and Nazaros came together. The Flyers outnumber Recchi and come away with the puck. Here's Timonen. Ahead for Ville Leno. Leno. Dish to the right wing, hoping for Briere. Briere takes the hit from Ferentz, makes the play across the ice for Carcillo. Down low, Leno and Briere doing the hard work along the boards. Ferentz, Briere, Lucic arrives in there. There's Lucic who emerges with the puck. Then he stumbles. Carcillo gets to him, but Lucic did well to still get that puck ahead. Nice work to Krejci. And Krejci will push it deep into the Philadelphia zone. Horton battles with Carl. Carl won that battle. He got it ahead to Carcillo, but his pass knocked down by Lucic. Carl tried to send it around behind that, but Horton got there first and ran out of real estate at the side of the cage. Nazaros has it. Horton stays with it. Puck still loose. Finally, Bobrovsky says enough of this, and he covers up. Exactly 8 minutes remaining in period number 3. The Bruins protecting a 1-goal lead given to them by Johnny Boychuk.
Despite the way that the Flyers have been absolutely all over him. This is our Verizon Wireless save of the game. Right there. Crash the net, and somehow that little guy, and I mean little guy, somehow comes up with the puck despite having all that traffic in front of him. And that's why it's our Verizon Wireless save of the game.
Well, the Flyers have to figure out a way to solve him at least twice more here tonight in order to keep their season alive as they trail 2-1. 7:47 to play in this third period. Timonen is back. He'll play it back to Bobrovsky, who pushes it to Carter. Carter, second try. Got it past Ryder and now out to Van Riemsdyk. Here's Van Riemsdyk. Across the line, a shot. Juggling save made by Thomas, and he'll hang on.
Interesting there, Billy. He didn't go down. He stood right up. And he knew that Van Riemsdyk was going to try to go high there, and as a result, he didn't go to the butterfly and made a real good stand-up save.
Yeah, and I'm so impressed with Tim Thomas, too, because he's able to soften the impact of the shots like that and control the rebound, because Ville Leno was hustling for a loose puck at his feet if he had dropped that.
been one of his strengths in this series. Rebound control. Giroux ready for this draw against Peverly. And the Bruins get it out to center ice. Andre Mazzaros. Well, he played it out to the line, but it's a turnover. Recchi moving in. His wrist shot blocked by Richards. Now the angle shot by Marchand misses everything. Versteeg has it for Philadelphia. Cross ice. Mazzaros ahead. Giroux having some difficulty. Mazzaros helps him out. Mazzaros to the line. Pass to Giroux. Dishes to Versteeg. Versteeg tried to go across ice. Tipped away back to him. Now his pass for Giroux. He was covered by Marchand, who twists it out to the neutral zone. O'Donnell right back to Richards, and now Giroux battling a bouncing disc. At the puck to Versteeg. Versteeg out to O'Donnell. Across it goes. One-time shot, and that one sailed wide off the stick of Matt Carl. Back along behind the net. Giroux has it to Richards. Richards centered, but that's eaten up by Nathan Horton. And Horton will clank it off glass to center. Krejci trying to move it ahead to Marchand, but the Flyers get back and take the puck away.
Any chance the Flyers can get, they'll sneak the weak side D-man down for a backdoor play. That last sequence, it was Matt Carl.
Here is Matt Carl. Trying to get it to Hartnell. And now Matt Carl gets it back from the red line and stuffs it into the Boston zone. Hearing whistles. Play stop. Hard to hear the whistles. This place is so loud, but offside was called. 6:12 remaining. Third period clock. All set for a fantastic finish here in Boston. A lot going on in the world of sports, though. And after the post-game show, the Sports Night coming up, Greg Murphy, Amy Fadul will be hosting. And they're on flash cam right now to tell us about it. How are you?
All right, JJ, doing well. And it is a busy night here in Philadelphia in the sports world. And we've got you covered coming up after our Flyers post-game coverage. Cliff Lee on the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies tonight, Amy. And he had a record-setting night. But was it enough? We'll tell you about that.
I think by your hint, it may or may not have been. So I'm not saying anything. Sticking with the Diamond theme, we're going to update you on Roy Oswalt and his status for Saturday. He did expect to start, but it looks like that's going to be pushed back by a few days. We'll have a few more updates on that. But let's get back now to Boston and Game 4 to see if the Flyers can pull it even and extend their season. JJ?
All right, Amy, thank you very much. TD Garden rocking one more time. They want to see anything but the Flyers extend their season. Flyers, they want Game 5 on Sunday in Philadelphia. Puck is down. Flyers control. Bruins haven't been to the conference final round since 1992. Proud franchise trying to get back. Themselves a chance to win the Stanley Cup. Flyers trying to prevent them from getting there for at least 2 more days. Here's Leno. The right wing feed to Briere is shot snared by Thomas, and he'll hang right onto it again. There's a breakdown of the 3-0 series leads, and it gives you an idea of just how remarkable the comeback of the Flyers last year was. Only the third of 164 series in the NHL. Just one other team in the other 2 major sports that had series done it. Of course, that was the Red Sox or the Yankees, but it's just something you don't see very often. Now they're trying to do it 2 years in a row.
Peter Laviolette knows that if he can just get that seed planted about last year, and he has to do that with a win here tonight to get the Flyers their first in the series, then maybe little by little. You know, the media will water the seeds once they're planted so that perhaps the Bruins can get it in their brains, but first things first, they're down by a goal here with 5 minutes to go in Game 4.
The media will supply water and fertilizer.
Yeah.
And the tractor.
No charge.
The puck. Here's Stevenson moving up, and from the red line, he'll wind it in. Thomas stops the puck. Has a little difficulty with Van Riemsdyk. Carter trying to get the puck free, but a good job by the Bruins to handle that. Could have been a problem. Flyers do keep the puck in, though. Giroux hitting Lucic. The puck bouncing across ice. Carter could not quite get to it.
Well, it's been hard for the Flyers to generate any kind of pressure.
Turnover here, and it's Lucic charging in. He scores!
great plays that'll win a series. It's the mistakes that will lose a series. And a costly attempt to clear by Matt Carl that just never made it anywhere. Ended up on the stick of Milan Lucic. Horton got a piece of it. Lucic finished it.
It's just a matter of waiting, and he waited for Bobrovsky to open those legs and grab that 5-hole. That's a patience play there by Milan Lucic.
Here's Richards. Right to center. Recchi is right there. 4:40 to play. Peter Laviolette will be looking to pull the goaltender pretty early, one would assume, to try to get the Flyers back in this. Flyers have thrived when facing adversity. For the last several years, they've got plenty of adversity already. I've never heard this building this loud. Pizarro's back for the icing touch-up. Lucic. 2 on the night. And his team up by 2. Horton, the only assist on that goal. He now has 2 helpers in this game. He has 7 points in the series.
And just as the Washington Capitals had an impossible time trying to solve Tampa Bay's 1-3-1, the Flyers have struggled mightily to deal with the Bruins' neutral zone presence, their trap, their aggressive play that forced the turnovers. They ate up that attempted pass by Matt Carl that led to the Lucic goal that has given the Bruins a 3-1 lead.
It has led to some offense for the Bruins. It also has resulted in only 19 shots on goal for the Flyers, with just over 4 minutes remaining in regulation time. Carter backhand. Seidenberg is there. Heavily ahead. Recchi bats it down the ice, and the Bruins are going to get to this. Campbell with some help. Steps in front. Shot save. Bobrovsky. Rebound. Goes to the corner. Leno to Hartnell. He's stopped as the Flyers turn it over again, and it's Ryder charging on in. Ryder around behind the net. Chased by Mazzaros. Ryder has it. Ryder now has some room. He moves in front. His shot is blocked off by Timonen. Now Leno. Move it to center. And he'll bounce one in. But boy, the team that's protecting the lead is the team that looks like they have the life right now. Now a turnover by the Bruins. Flyers will move it. Giroux. Drags it to the corner. Boychuk checks him. The puck to the side of the net. Thomas wouldn't let it get out in front. And Ryder clears.
Flyers have to push everybody up now.
Braden Coburn will rev it up to center ice. Everybody's standing here at TD Garden. That one bounces wide to Thomas. Ferentz clears. There's the whistle.
Icing.
Play had stopped. Icing was the call. And the Bruins went back to get to the puck.
Well, with 1-1 after the second period, let's take a look at our Toyota turning point. As the puck's going to come back to Johnny Boychuk. Now watch, the faceoff's one opportunity for him to come up and wind up. Now that's going to go off with the stick of Scotty Hartnell. It just moved a little bit. Bobrovsky down to the butterfly, beats him top shelf over the left shoulder. And that's our Toyota turning point. And since then, the Bruins have added 1.
Flyers win the defensive zone draw and chip it out to center, but right there is Seidenberg. Banking it back. Kelly tips and gets control of it and turns it deeper into the Philadelphia zone. 2:52 remaining in regulation. Bill, do you think 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes? Peter Laviolette at that point start to think about pulling Bobrovsky. That puck was out of play. Well,
he has to.
We'll step aside right here. 3-1 Boston late in the third. The Stanley Cup playoffs on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by your local Tri-State Toyota dealers. Go Toyota, moving forward. By Bud Light, the sure sign of a good time. Here we go. By Wells Fargo. If you're considering buying your first home, Wells Fargo is with you. Wells Fargo, together we go far. And by the Sierra from GMC. Never send a truck to do a Sierra's job. 2:42 and counting here in the third period. Sergei Bobrovsky looking to the bench right now for instruction. He's been told, head to the bench when the Flyers get the puck deep with control. And they fire the puck down here, and it will not be icing. Bobrovsky will head to the bench, even though Chara still has the puck. He'll send it to the line. Lazaro's kept it in. Extra attacker on for the Flyers. Empty net at the other end. Timonen will gather. 2:15. Flyers need 2 to equalize. Timonen's pass could not be handled by Carter. It is not icing. Chara turns with it. Turnover in front. Backhander Carter, but he didn't get all of it. And it was batted away in front. And then Timonen could not keep it in. Recchi tips to Marchand. Empty net. Shot blocked. Second try. He scores.
Defensively for the Bruins to come with that odd man rush.
Bobrovsky's heading to the bench again, so the Flyers again an empty net. Daniel Paille with the puck. His pass tipped away at the Philadelphia line. 6 skaters on 5. A minute 35 remaining for the Flyers to try to create an absolute miracle. That puck is sent in on Thomas, and he bats it away. It's cleared up. Carl couldn't get it any deeper. Batted around at the line. Richards tips to Giroux. Giroux backhands. Briere tries to center, but Campbell cuts it off. Campbell turns it over to Briere. Briere's passed to Van Riemsdyk for a shot. That one's blocked. And it's cleared all the way down. It'll be icing on Boston. Coburn speeds back to get the whistle. 63 seconds remaining in the third period. Our Hyundai top shelf performers. Versteeg has the goal for the Flyers. Richards his 50th career playoff point. Bobrovsky 22 save. Lucic, the offensive hero with 2 goals. His first goals of the postseason. Boucher the backup on this night.
Yeah, Brian Boucher just part of an incredibly bizarre rotation of goaltenders that the Flyers have had to use so far in the playoffs.
Timeout called by Julian and the Bruins. Ron Lucic, our Bud Light player of the game.
Yeah, the big man has just gotten better and better as his playoff season has moved on. Not Milan Lucic looked like a guy that was nervous and uptight early in the series against Montreal. But he found his game little by little, and at the worst time possible from a Flyers standpoint, Milan Lucic has turned into the monster that he can be on the ice.
Didn't you almost have a feeling, though, that it was coming? He's played pretty well in this series. Coming into this game, the offense
was coming,
yeah. Sure. And it'll be very difficult on those Tampa Bay Lightning in the conference finals. Milan Lucic. Well, the Flyers certainly not giving up on this yet. They still have Bobrovsky pulled. 6 skaters on 5 for this face-off to the left of Thomas. Now we have a get together for the officials. And the puck is down. Barents check. Giroux got the puck back to Timonen. Backhanded it along. Check. Flyers get to it. Briere shot off the side of the net. Check. Henry's like centers. Richards could not get a good shot off, and it's cleared out to center ice. Sent back in. That one will be played by Thomas. Kyle wanted him to shoot. He decided just to hand off. Coburn takes the hit. The puck free. Paille moving it ahead. There's Sean Thornton with the empty net, and it's stopped by a diving Richards. Comes back to Thornton, and he couldn't tuck it home. He's got it again to Campbell. He sends it in front of Paille for the goal. Paille will get credit. He tipped it in the blue paint. Another empty net goal. It's 5-1, and the celebration continues.
And And there's no point in keeping Sergei Bobrovsky on the bench at this stage. The season is over for the Flyers with 25 seconds to go.
Now a season which the Flyers certainly hoped would go much further than early May. They were thinking more about mid-June. Certainly in the first 50 to 60% of the regular season, they looked well on their way, but they lost their way a little bit there late in the regular season. Had a tough first-round series and then ran into a buzzsaw here in Boston. 13 seconds remaining. O'Donnell one last rush up the ice. Crowd roaring here in Boston as Thomas Caberlet plays the puck out to center. Redemption for the Boston Bruins. Disappointment for the Philadelphia Flyers. No comeback this time around. The Bruins sweep the Flyers out of the playoffs.
And give the Bruins as much credit as you feel like, because they deserve it. They came focused and ready to play every game. They worked hard, and Claude Julien's guys worked smart. For some strange reason, in Game 1 and in Game 3, the Flyers came out flat.
The goaltending carousel will be talked about, as it should be.
Sure.
There's no question it was a major factor. Sergei Bobrovsky, ironically, starts the playoffs and ends up as the starter in the final game of the playoffs. But in between, so much else happened as these teams now shake hands. Unlike last year, it's the Flyers wishing the Bruins well as they move on, and the Flyers heading toward their offseason.
Without a doubt, the central figure for the Boston Bruins, Tim Thomas. When the Flyers could have forgotten about Game 1 in a Game 2 victory, they lost in overtime thanks to 52 saves by Tim Thomas.
Yeah, it could have been 1-1 coming back to Boston. Yeah. Who knows at that point? But instead, the Bruins just picked up and they just jumped on the Flyers to start Game 3 and never looked back. Boston Bruins team that is deeper than last year's club. They're healthier. Part of the reason why they're deeper. And they're stronger between the pipes. Tuukka Rask is a fine goaltender, but Tim Thomas is playing out of this world right now. This will be a tough team for any club to handle the rest of the way.
Without a doubt.
And as the players continue the handshakes, this is our final broadcast, obviously, of the year. So a lot of people to thank, the entire Flyers organization, PR staff with Zach Hill, Brian Smith, Joseph Hill. They give us so much help all year long. The players for their cooperation, the training staff, the coaching staff. Peter Laviolette just helps us out so much all year long. And they were all great all season. We certainly appreciate everything that they did. Thanks to all of our crew members along the way as well. They do such a great job. And thanks to all the people at Comcast Sportsnet for their support all season. And of course to you, the viewers, turned out in record numbers to watch these Flyer games in the playoffs on Comcast Sportsnet. We certainly appreciate you and hope we've done our best to bring the excitement of these playoffs and Flyers hockey to you. Handshakes over. The Bruins move on to play Tampa Bay. The Flyers into the offseason. There will be a lot of questions that will have to be answered, of course, as the offseason begins.
There are always questions when you lose in every franchise. I just hope there's no finger pointing at the coaching staff, because I believe that Peter Laviolette and his staff coached as well as anybody in the NHL this season.
Well, it began as a night where the Flyers faced elimination. They had been 6-1 over the last 2 years in that situation. They were resolute that they could continue their good record in that situation, but it was not meant to be. They fought hard early on, but Milan Lucic, a couple of goals. The Bruins, the better team, no doubt, in this series. They emerged victorious in a 4-game sweep. Only the 6th time the Flyers have been swept in their history. Well, the entire crew, as well as my partners, Bill Clement and Steve Coates, I'm Jim Jackson. Good night from Boston. Stay tuned now for Flyers Post-Game Live, presented by McDonald's.